If I resimulated all of NBA history, what would happen? We're going to be going from 1984 to 2034 in the hopes to see what would change and who would become the GOAT. Without further ado, here's some players that you'll see along the journey. We're going to see point guards like Magic Johnson, players like Charles Barkley, players like Dominique Wilkins, players like Prime Derrick Rose, players like, of course, the GOAT MJ, players like Paul Pierce the Truth, players like Rondo, who was a part of the Big Four, players like Russell Westbrook, Mr. Triple Double, players like Larry Bird, aka Larry Legend, players like Karl Malone, he didn't touch kids here, players like Allen Iverson, also players like Ray Allen, who hits big shots, players like Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon, players like Tracy McGrady without getting injured, players like Doc Rivers, players such as Manu Ginobili, players that can compete like Isaiah Thomas, players like Stephen Curry who shoot the lights out, players like Grant Hill who got injured way too early, players like John Stockton with assist, players like Kyrie Irving, players like Kevin McHale, players such as Kevin Garnett, players such as Greg Oden, players such as James Harden, players such as Brandon Roy. You can even get players like Anthony Davis, or heck, even Pau Gasol might become better. Players like Kobe Bryant, of course, and Jason Tatum. And let's not forget about LeBron James. And of course, let's not forget about the future Victor Wembanyama. You would see all these types of players in today's video. Welcome to Chapter 1. We are in the Bird era, aka the Magic and Bird era. And we're going to be going in this video from 1984, well, 83 to 84 to 93, 94. So, hopefully, y'all enjoy this video. We're going to be going into a deep dive, so things we will be checking for is, of course, our top players' stats whenever the season ends. We're going to be also looking at league leaders, of course. We're going to also be looking at the player stats, team stats, and so on, awards, season awards, and all of that stuff. If you are wondering, yes, we do have the draft classes loaded in. The next draft class coming in will be the 1984 draft class, featuring players like Michael Jordan, Hakeem, Charles Barkley, and John Stockton. And because we have real players, we will be watching each draft class, at least the first round. So, without further ado, let's get into simulate. So, for players of the week, we're going to go through these, see if there's any surprises, really. Jack Sigma actually making one is pretty insane for Jack Sigma, at least. Bill Laimbeer, Purvis Short making one. Look how many Celtics or 76ers. Player of the month, April haven't finished fully yet, but it's mostly Larry Bird and Moses Malone. Over on the other side, it's either a toss-up between Magic or I guess technically Magic. Rookie of the month has been Ralph Sampson or Rodney McCray a lot, plus Clyde once, Doc Rivers, and so on. Going on to check the NBA All-Stars. Isaiah Thomas, Sidney Moncrief, Larry Bird, Moses Malone, Julius Erving, World Be Free, Andrew Tooney, Marquise Johnson, Dominique Wilkins, Bill Laimbeer, Bernard King, Maurice Cheeks, and Herb Williams. Plus for the West, we have Magic Johnson, Alex English, Kareem, Mark Aguirre, Adrian Dantley, George Gervin, Orlando Blackman, Kiki Vandeweghe, Jack Sigma, Joe Barry Carroll, Eddie Johnson, Walter Davis, Bob McAdoo. We also got the dunk contest with Andrew Tooney, Dominique Wilkins, Clyde Drexler, and Mark Aguirre. And the three-point contest with Andrew Tooney, Mike Bratz, Alex English, Dale Griffith, Mike Dunleavy, and Mark Aguirre. Now, something I do want to see is stats. So Isaiah Thomas is averaging 19, 3, and 9 with 2 steals a game. Sidney Moncrief is averaging 17, 5.5, 3, and 2. Larry Bird's averaging 28, 9, 7.5, 1.5 and 1. Moses Malone is averaging 27, 17, and 1. Julius Erving is averaging 24, 7, 3.5, 1.5, and 1.5. Even World B. Free is averaging 22 with 2 rebounds and 3 assists a game. There's Andrew Tooney, Marquise Johnson, Dominique. And here I'm gonna start checking like bigger names later down the line. For right now, this is who we have. So then players like Magic, who's putting up only 19 points, but 8 rebounds and 14 assists with a steal a game. We got people like Alex English here. Kareem's averaging 19 and 11. Mark Aguirre's averaging almost 30. Adrian Dantley, George Gervin, Orlando Blackman, Kiki Vandeweghe, Jack Sigma, who's averaging 18, 14, about 3.5 and a block a game. Joe Barry Carroll, Eddie Johnson, Walter Davis, and Bob McAdoo. Alright, so at the end of this season, the 83-84, Magic Johnson takes home MVP, averaging 19, 8.5, and 14 with a steal a game and almost a block, shooting 55% and 83 from free throw. Ralph Sampson takes home Rookie of the Year, averaging a double-double with 19 points and 11 rebounds almost, with 2 blocks a game. Kevin McHale takes home Sixth Man of the Year, averaging 15.5, 10, and about 2 blocks a game. Mark Eaton takes home Defensive Player of the Year with 6 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, and about 3 blocks a game. Sleepy Floyd is also the most improved with 17.5, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. I'm not too worried about none of the coaches because most of them are fake. All NBA teams, we have Magic, who we can look at his final stats again. Alex English, Larry Bird. We got Mark Aguirre here and Moses Malone for the first team. Second team is Isaiah Thomas, Orlando Blackman, Julius Erving, Kiki Vandeweghe, and Jack Sigma. The third team is George Gervin, Walter Davis, Clark Kellogg, Marquise Johnson, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Defensive team, we have Sidney Moncrief, Paul Pressey, Pat Cummings, Mark Eaton. Larry Bird also made it, but I'm not going to point out extra people that we already looked at. We got Andrew Tooney, Lonnie Shelton, and Mike Brooks. For the rookies, we got Ennis Wadley here, Thurl Bailey, Mitchell Wiggins, and Doc Rivers. Plus, we have Clyde Drexler, Steve Stipanovich, Mike Mitchell, Darrell Walker, and Rod Foster. Looking as followed, we have the Lakers versus the Warriors, the Jazz versus Blazers, the Mavericks versus Clippers, the Nuggets versus Suns, and over on the East, we have the Sixers versus Nets, the Bucks versus Pacers, the Celtics versus Pistons, the Bulls versus Cavs. If we go ahead and go over to, I don't know why I just blanked, but if we go over to league leaders, if we look at view per game, Mark Aguirre led the league in scoring, with Moses Malone leading in rebounding. Magic Johnson led in assists. Ricky Green led in steals. Mark Eaton led in blocks. Isaiah Thomas led in turnovers. Pat Cummings led in fouls. The best shooter in the league was Pat Cummings. Field goals made, Dominique made the most field goals per game. He also attempted the most. The best 3-point field goal percentage was Darrell Griffith. The best free throw percentage was Derek Smith, shooting 95%. And then the best plus minus was Andrew Tooney. So that's decently good. So, as you can see, the Lakers swept the Warriors. The Jazz got beaten. The Clippers got beaten. The Suns got beaten. And then over on the East, the Nets got beaten. The Pacers got beaten. The Pistons got beaten. And the Bulls got beaten with the Cavs. Now, crazy enough, the Celtics didn't have no problem. Neither did the 76ers. But on the other end, Denver and Dallas went to 7 games, and the Lakers and Blazers went 2-6. But let's see, we have a Laker versus Celtics finals, and it looks like the Lakers are gonna go away with it. And if we do, we're gonna jump in. That way it's not too crazy, but it looks like the Lakers are gonna take it. So why not go ahead and jump in and watch the first championship of the video. The 1984 champions is going to be the Los Angeles Lakers. And let me just fix the camera. But yeah, the champions for the 1983 to 84 season will be the Los Angeles Lakers, with Magic Johnson, Kareem, James Worthy is on the court, I believe. Yes, Michael Cooper. And yeah, Kareem's gonna take it too. Puts them up even more. I mean, they're ahead by, I believe, 17. So yeah, there you go. The Los Angeles Lakers will be the NBA champions. Let's see if we can see them hold up the trophy for the first time. But way to start off the video, LA. You guys are gonna go good. It's gonna be a dynasty for a long time. Yeah, Robert Parrish walking away, pretty mad. Look at Larry Bird. Who is number 20? Yeah, look at these boys. Look at Kareem. Kareem think he like that. I mean, he is like that, but you know, don't tell him I didn't say that. But yeah, there we go. Los Angeles Lakers. Let's go on to player retirements and then the NBA draft. Magic Johnson won the Finals MVP, averaging 29, 8, 13 with a steal a game, shooting 59 and 82. Crazy for Magic. Well, let's get into it. Player retirements. We have Dave Bing, Lou Hudson, Bingo Smith, Phil Chenier, Jack Marin, Don Buse, Steve Mix, Walt Frazier, Louis Dampier, Phil Jackson, Byron Beck, Mel Daniels, and that's it. We have nothing else, so let's go straight to draft lottery. So the draft lottery is, of course, only the first and second pick. So the second pick is going to go to the Sonics. So the Knicks move to pick 1, and that's crazy. They have a chance to draft Michael Jordan. The Rockets have the 3rd pick, Bulls with the 4th, Spurs with the 5th, Kings with the 6th, Hawks with the 7th, Nets with the 8th, Warriors with the 9th, and Suns with the 10th. We're going to be watching all of that anyways, so let's get into watching it. So the first pick, the Knicks are going to be selecting Michael Jordan out of North Carolina. It's a very good pick. Second pick, the Sonics are going to be taking Hakeem. The Rockets were right there, but I'm assuming they're going to be taking Charles Barkley. So for the third pick, Charles Barkley is selected to the Houston Rockets. The Bullets are going to be selecting John Stockton. So far, how you would think this draft should go. Pick number 5 for the Spurs, they're going to be taking Melvin Turpin. The 6th with the Kings, they're going to be selecting Kevin Willis. The Atlanta Hawks will be selecting Sam Perkins. Interesting. So the Nets are up next, and they're going to be taking Larry Jordan, Michael Jordan's brother. Interesting. Pick number 10, Alvin Robertson. Pretty good. Let's get out of here. So if you want to know where anyone else got picked, Michael Cage went 10, Jerome Kersey went 11, Otis Thorpe went 12, Bob Thornton went 13, Vernon Fleming went 14, Jay Humphries went 15, Leon Wood went 16, Earl Jones went 17, Tim McCormick went 18, Michael Young went 19, Terrence Stansberry went 20, we have Victor Fleming going 21, we have Bernard Thompson, Corey Blackwell at 22 and 23, and we still had some pretty solid players like Tony Campbell, Tom Sewell, Rick Carlisle, Lancaster Gordon, Kenny Fields, Ron Anderson, Devin Durant, and Jeff Turner go in the second round. Everyone else is fake. So, going on to free agency, we're going to skip past it, and then we're going to see who all went where. So, Mitchell Wiggins left the Bulls to go to the Mavericks. I guess we can go to all the way down. So, let's see. Oh, those are not good ones. So here we go, right here. So first big signing, I think. Oh no, here. Yeah, 22, right? So yeah. So Blazers signed Jim Paxson, re-signed him to a 5-year, $4.73 million deal. Pat Cummings went back to the Mavericks. Doug Collins went back to the Cavs. Mickey Johnson went back to the Warriors. Rob Williams went back to the Nuggets. Quentin Daly went back to the Bulls. The Hawks took Andrew Tooney from the 76ers and paired him up with Dominique Wilkins. Frankie Johnson goes to the Spurs. Gerald Henderson left the Celtics to go to the Nuggets. Tony Campbell re-signs with the Sonics. Jeff Turner goes to the Bullets. And yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Other than that, it's I mean, that was a little bit before, of course. We also had Robert Reed re-signing with the Rockets. We have Dan Roundfield leaving the Hawks to go to the Bullets. We have Dave Cowens signing to the Mavericks. Joe Barry Carroll re-signs with the Warriors. Bob Lanier leaves the Pistons to join the Bullets. So that's interesting. Orlando Woolridge left the Bulls to go to the Warriors. Greg Ballard left the the Bullets to go to the Pacers. And as far as, I guess, really good trades or signings, that's practically it. Yeah, that is practically it. So let's get into the next season. Free agency was a doozy, but really the major changes, you have Dan Roundfield joining the Bullets with John Stockton. You also have Bob Lanier leaving the Bucks. For the Bulls, nothing really changes other than a few guys left. Same with the Cavs. Celtics lost Gerald Henderson. Clippers didn't really change much. The Hawks, the 76ers left Andrew Tooney, or didn't sign him, so he went to the Hawks to play with Dominique, Sam Perkins, Doc Rivers, and Trey Rollins. Mavericks, or Jazz still looking the same. The Kings, actually, Bill Cartwright left New York to join them. They also got Kevin Willis down here. The Knicks have Jordan and Bernard King. The Lakers, still the same. Mavericks, still basically the same. Nets, still the same, other than they drafted Larry Jordan. You have the Nuggets, still looking pretty good. They picked up Gerald Henderson from the Celtics. You got the Pacers, who picked up Greg Ballard from the Bullets. You have the Pistons, who just drafted Otis Thorpe. You have the Houston Rockets, which is a team to look out for. They have Charles Barkley and Ralph Sampson. The Spurs, who picked up Melvin Turpin while having Artis Gilmore. That's a good center to mentor him. The Suns didn't pick up anyone. They drafted Michael Cage. So the Suns are a crazy team. Jack Sikma, Gus Williams, Tom Chambers, Akeem. Yeah, it's crazy. So the Trailblazers, they still got Clyde, Fat Lieber, Jim Paxson, and so on. And then lastly, the Warriors, who picked up Orlando Woolridge from the Bulls. They still got Joe Barry Carroll, Purvis Short, and Sleepy Floyd. Top players in the league are Magic, Bird, Mark Aguirre, Alex English, Moses Malone, George Gervin, Julius Erving, Sidney Moncrief, Adrian Dantley, and Kareem. So just going around looking for any trades that happened to happen. Well, that didn't really make much sense, but really the only trade worth noting is Truck Robinson got traded. That's really it. Nothing else to fully look at. I guess the Sonics traded John Sunvold for Mike McGee, but then, like I said, later traded him for Truck Robinson. That's really all it for the trades. So at the end of the season, in terms of All-Stars, the East is Isaiah Thomas, Sidney Moncrief, who's actually injured for this season, so kind of crazy. We got Larry Bird, of course, Moses Malone, Julius Erving, Michael Jordan, rookie, first-time All-Star. He's averaging 25, 4, 4.5, a steal a game, and a block a game. World Be Free, Dominique Wilkins, which, is this his first-time All-Star yet? Or did he get All-Star last season? So yeah, he got All-Star last season. We also got Marquise Johnson, Clark Kellard, Bernard King, John Bagley, and Jeff Rowland. We got Magic over here, Alex, Mark Aguirre, that's just 3 crazy people. Adrian Danley, Kareem, Sleepy Floyd, George Gervin made it, Jack Sigma made it. We got Purvis, James Worthy, Terry Cummings, Gus Williams, and Joe Barry Carroll. So, pretty good. Dunk contest, we got Andrew Tooney, Dominique, Mark Aguirre, and Clyde. 3-point contest, we got Alvin Robertson, Andrew Tooney, Melvin Turpin, which is kind of crazy, Danny Ainge, Brian Winters, and Larry Bird. So that's interesting to see. In terms of season awards, these are all the player of the weeks. Got Larry Bird winning it a couple times, even Jordan winning it a couple times. Player of the month, mainly 76ers players, and Magic won the rest. And then John Stockton, Michael Jordan was trading off a little bit. And so was Hakeem and Melvin Turpin, with Charles Barkley winning it once. So pretty interesting. So without a shocker, Magic takes home MVP, averaging 22, 9, 13 with a steal. Hakeem actually won Rookie of the Year over Jordan with 16, 12 assists, a steal, and 3 blocks a game. Mitchell Wiggins is 6th Man of the Year. Hakeem won DPOY. That's crazy. Rookie DPOY Hakeem. He's a second-team All-NBA. First-team All-Defense. Wow. Alright, Hakeem. John Bagley got Most Improved. So then here's all the NBA first team. Here's the NBA second team. You did have Jordan and Hakeem make that. Third team, John Stockton actually made the All-NBA third team. And in terms of what he's averaging, 15, 2, 10, and about almost 2 steals a game. It's pretty good. Defensive team, Dan Roundfield made it. I believe this is his first time. Yep, first time. Mike Brook, this is his second time being an all-defensive team. But Hakeem and Jordan definitely leading the way for the rookies. So that is interesting. This is the playoff runs. But first, let's go ahead and look at the league leaders. So, Mark Aguirre led the league in scoring. Moses Malone led the league in rebounding. Magic Johnson led the league in assists. Michael Jordan led the league in steals. And Hakeem led the league in blocks. Turnovers leader was John Stockton, so that's pretty bad. Who shot the best in the league? Pat Cummings again. And then who shot the best 3-point percentage? Would have been Sleepy Floyd. Is there anything else important we need to look at? Let's see. The Eastern Conference, Celtics are at the top with 66 and 16. We have the Cavs, 76ers, Pacers. So the Knicks actually made the playoffs, which I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. And then the Rockets made the playoffs with Charles Barkley and Ralph Sampson. But in terms of like bullets, John Stockton fell out of it. So that's a bit interesting. The Sonics, with how good their team was, they actually fell out of the playoffs. Huh. Anyways, let's simulate the first round. The Bucks got eliminated, then the Suns, then the Rockets, and then the Hawks, then the Trailblazers, then the Warriors, then the Cavs, then the Knicks. That's interesting. Wow. All those teams got out. So, any surprises, really? I guess the Hawks. It's crazy. Jordan, he got booted out the first round by Bird. And then over here, I'm surprised the Rockets took even a game from the Lakers. But it wasn't enough to stop. So, assuming the next round here, the Nuggets get eliminated, the Pistons get eliminated, the Pacers get eliminated, and the Mavericks get eliminated. So, we have Daryl Griffith, Adrian Danley, Thurl Bailey, Mark Eaton against the first-seeded Lakers with Kareem, Magic, Bob McAdoo, Byron Scott. And then we got the 76ers with Julius Erving, Moses Malone, Maurice Cheeks, Bobby Jones. Against, of course, the Celtics with Larry Bird, Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale, Cedric Maxwell, Danny Ainge. So let's go see who wins. And wow, the 76ers clean sweep the Celtics. Moses Malone really put them on the map. So I'm assuming, yeah, and then he tried, but you know, Lakers are going for their two-peat. They won last season, so see, Lakers take game 1, Lakers take game 2, 76ers take game 3, 76ers take game 4, 76ers take game 5, potential elimination game on the line. What is going to happen? 76ers have an early lead. Now going deeper into the fourth, they still lead. And yeah, that's going to do it. The 76ers are going to dethrone the Lakers as champions. So that is pretty crazy. You see Larry Spriggs is at the line here. He's got a cool 10-5, but that was not enough to help the Lakers. We're going to watch out the Clippers, and he blew the free throw too. It's crazy, but we're going to watch the 76ers, my bad. Dribble out the clock. They got Mike Bratson right now. They knew they won. It doesn't matter what they do. They just hold the ball the whole time. You're going to see the 76ers take home the 1985 championship. That is actually really interesting considering, you know, they beat the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, props to the 76ers for winning the championship for 1984 to 85. I'm pretty sure that's where we at. But, oh yeah.
And whenever you win the NBA championship, there is a level of accomplishment and excitement that really can't be matched.
There probably is. Let's go see who gets the finals MVP. It's going to be Moses Malone there. Oh yeah, Big Moses. Congrats, 76ers. This might be y'all's only ring for the year. Well, for the decade. So of course, final MVP is Moses Malone. He averaged about 29, 15 with 2 blocks a game and an assist. Some pretty crazy numbers. Player retirements: Bob Dandridge is out, Elvin Hayes, Bob Lanier, JoJo White, Wes Unseld, Nate Archibald, Fred Brown, Billy Poltz. We have Charlie Scott, Steve Halls, Rick Barry, Swen Nader, Maurice Lucas, Kobe's dad, Joe Bryant, Sam Williams, Dave Cowens, Geoff Petrie, and then we got Eddie Mast. And then these are all going to be fake guys after that. Hall of Fame inductees: just Elvin Hayes, Bob Lanier, and Nate Archibald get their jersey retires, though. Elvin Hayes does not. So going into draft lottery, of course, the Nets are projected to be the number 1 pick, but let's see what happens. So number 7 is projected to be the Spurs, and they're going to move up. The Clippers fall down. Alright, so let's see. The Spurs will also move up. The Bullets are going to lose that pick. Poor John Stockton. The Kings also move up, and the Nets fall from 1st to 5th. Now the next pick is going to go to the Chicago Bulls. Okay, not too bad. So I'm assuming it's going to go Sonics. So I'm assuming it's going to be Spurs and Kings 1 and 2. The Spurs go to 2, and then the Kings fall to number 1. So the Supersonics have a chance to actually get someone really good. You can see here, Knicks get 8. So even though they made the playoffs, the Knicks still do get 8. So that's not that bad. Going into the NBA draft, let's see who takes the first. Kings are going to select Patrick Ewing. Very fitting. The Spurs are going to be selecting Karl Malone. Hey, in this world, he hasn't touched nobody yet. And pick number 3, the Sonics will take Michael Adams, 5'10" point guard. The Bulls are going to be selecting Xavier McDaniel, the X-Man. Alright, good drafting, Chicago. The Nets are going to get Joe Dumars. The John Stockton Bullets are going to be getting Benoit Benjamin. Now, I do know he was okay, but who knows? Clippers take Terry Porter, and who are the Jordan and Bernard King-led Knicks going to take? Wayman Tisdale. The Rockets, they're going to be selecting. We have a trade. Oh my, wait a minute. How is this going to fit? The Rockets just traded their pick for Karl Malone, but they already have Charles Barkley and Ralph Sampson. They trade Caldwell Jones in that pick for Karl Malone. That is a steal. So who do the Spurs take? Manute Ball. Manute Ball with 9. The Phoenix Suns are going to select Joe Klein. And we're just going to go ahead and get up out of here. Let's go see who else we missed getting picked. Detlef went to the Pistons. We have... Really, is there any other really good names that got taken? John Hancock got taken 20th by the Mavericks. And actually, the Celtics picked up Sam Vincent. But they slept on Chris Mullin. 79 overall. Went almost the very last pick. The Bucks took this guy named Delaney Rudd. In terms of, round 2, the Nets actually picked up Charles Oakley. The Bullets picked up Sam Mitchell as well. The Bulls picked up AC Green. We got Gerald Wilkins there. Honestly, not bad drafting from anyone. Alright. Let's go see free agency. Let's go see where people have signed. So, we have any crazy... David Thompson left the Sonics to go to the Rockets. That's an interesting one. Anything else really? I'm not seeing nothing too crazy. Sam Mitchell, he joined the the Cleveland Cavaliers. They got Jerome Kersey, so I guess they never fully picked him up. So, on their part, George Johnson joined the Suns. Okay. Derek Smith signed to the Suns as well. Don't know where he's fully at there. Wes Matthews went to the Nets. And yeah, that's basically about it for free agency. So let's get into the next season. So the 85 to 86 season draft featuring Ron Harper, Chuck Persons, Brad Daughtry, Len Bias, Kenny Walker, Drazen Petrovic, Walter Berry, Arvydas Sabonis, Pearl Washington, and a couple other greats like Jeff Hornacek, Dennis Rodman, Mark Price, even Anthony Bowie. Del Curry's here. As far as any big changes go, Hot Rod Williams has joined the new champions because they drafted him. That's it for the 76ers. The Bucks didn't gain anyone. The Bullets are now led by John Stockton as their best player, with, of course, Dan Roundfield, Jeff Rowland, Ricky Sobers, and Benoit Benjamin. The Bulls, who drafted Xavier McDaniel, is going to be playing alongside Reggie Theus, Ennis Wadley, and Quentin Daly. Along with, who's this, Alvin Adams? Yeah, Alvin Adams left the Suns. He left them actually midway through, so that's interesting. Let's see, the Cavs looking almost the same, except for they picked up Sam Mitchell and Fernando Martin from the looks of it. Celtics just picked up Sam Vincent. That's really it. Looks, do they have Victor? Yep, they have Victor Fleming as well. They drafted him. Clippers picked up. It looks like something changed, but I don't think nothing has changed. So that is actually pretty weird. Maybe just someone's overalls went down. But they went up and picked Bill Martin up. That's about it there. The Hawks still with their scary looking squad. Can only hope Doc Rivers and Dominique get better. The Jazz, Dale Griffiths is regressing below an 80 is crazy. They picked up no one. The Kings still have Bill Cartwright, picked up Kevin Willis, and now they have Patrick Ewing. So their team's looking a-okay. The Knicks, who actually picked up Wayman Tisdale to play alongside Michael Jordan, who is the best player on this team, and Bernard King. The Lakers didn't really pick up anyone. The Mavericks, I'm assuming they didn't pick up anyone else. No, they drafted John Hancock. Larry Jordan, who's the best player on the Nets now. That's crazy. Denver Nuggets, still looking relatively the same. Spurs, looking relatively the same other than Derek Smith left the Suns. So, interesting choice by him. The Pistons actually drafted Detlef Schrempf, so that might be good. And then, yeah, the Rockets. Charles Barkley, Ralph Sampson, Alan Levell, Robert Reed, Karl Malone. It's going to be interesting to see how they do. George Gervin with Artis Gilmore, Melvin Turpin still. They also drafted Manu Ball, so they're drafting center heavy. I mean, I'm going to change Turpin to a power forward for them, just so it gives it a little bit interesting. I would do the same with, I guess I could do this, see how that plays. I feel weird doing that, but, Chris Mullin joins the Suns with regressing older Larry Nance, who's not even older. Michael Cage, who hits an 80 overall right now. Walter Davis and James Edwards. We still have the Sax Sonics with now Jack Sigma still. Hakeem as tied as the second best player. Gus, Tom Chambers, Michael Adams. We got the Trailblazers. No crazy changes here. And then the Warriors, who looks like they just drafted. No. So I don't even know what they did. But the Warriors are here. So top players, the only 98 in the league is Mark Aguirre. Magic's a 97, Birds a 96. And then so on. So Kareem is gone. Isaiah Thomas is getting better. I don't know if he didn't retire. He's just an 87 overall. So, yeah. Alright, so let's see. All the trades that happened. Wait. Okay, no. That was from the, I was ready to say. So the only trades that happened since Robert Reed got moved to the Suns for Dave Greenwood. Don't know what the Rockets are doing anymore. Truck Robinson got traded for Michael Ray Richardson. As far as anything else goes, nothing really too crazy. In terms of All-Stars, the East All-Stars, you got Michael Jordan making it. Again, we got Isaiah, Larry Bird, Moses, Dominique, Sidney, John Bagley, Julius Erving, Marquise, Bernard King, John Stockton, first-time All-Star, Cliff, and Bill Laimbeer. For the West, we got Magic, George Gervin, Adrian Danley, James Worthy, Mark Aguirre, Sleepy Floyd, Orlando Blackman, Hakeem, first-time All-Star, Purvis Short, Jack Sigma, Kareem made it at 38, Gus Williams and Eddie Johnson. Dunk contest, Jordan is actually in the dunk contest, which is kind of crazy. Clyde, Jerome, and Quentin. And then the three-point contest, Jordan's in the three-point contest. He's shooting 60% this season. He's with Xavier McDaniel, Mark Davis, John Stockton, Alvin Robertson, and Andrew Tooney. So that is a bit interesting. As far as player of the weeks go, a lot of Larry Birds, a few Michael Jordan spread in there. Player of the month, mainly Moses and Larry. Mainly Magic and Alex over here. But Hakeem and Mark took it once, and then Larry Bird took it, or Michael Jordan took it once over here. Rookie of the month had been Hot Rod and Xavier, and Carmelo and Michael Adams. So Magic is a three-peat MVP, averaging 29, 12, 1. Carmelo won Rookie of the Year with the Rockets. Byron Scott won Sixth Man. Moses won DPOY. Jay Humphries won Most Improved. All-NBA First Team, you got Jordan making it again, with Magic, Bird, Aguirre, and Moses. The All-NBA Second Team, Karl Malone, actually made a second team as a rookie, with Bill Laimbeer, Isaiah Thomas, Alex English, and James Worthy. All-NBA Third Team, we see John Stockton, John Bagley, Adrian Dantley, Dominique, and Kareem. For the defensive teams, we have Jordan, Moncrief, Mike Brooks, Xavier McDaniel as a rookie, Moses Malone. We also got Magic, Alex English, Larry Bird, Roy Hinson. Interesting. Don't remember how he made it, but we also got Bill Laimbeer. So that's interesting. Okay, and then let's go look at our league leaders, of course. So Jordan led the league in scoring in his second season, averaging 29, 4.5. Well, about 4.5. Man, we'll say 5 assists, a steal, and a block and a half a game. Shooting 60% from 3 and the field goal, and 81 from the free throw. Rebound leader is, of course, Moses Malone, which I see Charles Barkley, but I actually don't see. Hakeem, so I'm assuming Hakeem's injured. We'll check that. Assists, Magic and Ennis Wadley tied with John Stockton closely behind. Jordan led the league in steals, and then Roy Hinson led the league in blocks. Turnovers was Isaiah Thomas. Shooting percentage was Bernard Thompson, and then 3-point percentage was Vern Fleming. So interesting. Let's go check on Hakeem here, because clearly he's struggling. So, I mean, really, was Hakeem just like not allowed to be any of the leaders, or did I do it wrong? So that's really weird. So Hakeem definitely got more rebounds than Moses Malone. I'm guessing they implemented the you have to play 65 games to be eligible for any major thing, because yeah, they kind of just ruined him. Can I see how many games he played? I think. Can I see that? He only played 54 games, so yeah, he was injured, so I think they added the 65 were eligible. So Hakeem probably would have won DPOY. He would have been an all-defensive team. He would have been all-NBA. He would have been rebounding leader, but sadly, he got injured. But anyways, so round one, the Bucks are gone, the Pistons are gone, Hakeem's gone, and the Celtics have gone. So is the Mavericks, so is the Phoenix Suns, so is the Washington Bullets, and so the Denver Nuggets. So Jordan did get his revenge on Larry Bird. Him and Bernard are doing their thing. Bernard's averaging 25, Jordan's averaging 27. Wayman Tisdale's giving him 13 and 7. As far as the Pistons go, yeah, they got that Moses Malone treatment. It's just not good for them. Hakeem got the Lakers treatment with old Hakeem, or Kareem. He couldn't really guard him. Hakeem was averaging 18 points in that series. Kareem was averaging 20. So, tough to have all that talent. The Suns are gone, of course. The Mavericks. So let's see who goes on. The Jazz are gone. The Knicks are gone. The Warriors are gone. And the 76ers, the reigning champions, are gone to Cliff Robinson, World Be Free, Geoff Houston, John Bagley, and Jerome Kersey. The Pacers beat Jordan with basically Greg Ballard, Herb Williams, Clark Kellogg, and Derek Smith. The 6-seeded Warriors fall to the Clyde Drexler-led Blazers. And of course, no surprise there, the Lakers won. So, Lakers sweep Portland. And the Cavs just blew a 3-0 lead to the Indiana Pacers. So your finals is going to be the Lakers versus the Indiana Pacers. It might be the only time you ever see the Pacers in a playoffs again. Game 1 goes to the Pacers. Game 2 to the Pacers. Game 3 to the Lakers. Game 4 to the Pacers. The Pacers might have the chance of history. Can they win Game 5? Doesn't look like it. They're trailing far behind. And no, they're not going to win Game 5. So it is 2-3 Pacers. Let's see, are the Lakers going to make it go to Game 7, or are the Pacers going to take it all the way? It's a pretty close game right now. And the Lakers started to take it. Do they run away with it? It looks like they did. We got a minute left. 79-77. The Los Angeles Lakers. This is a win or go home situation. Well, almost. So go home for the Lakers, win for the Pacers. It is Pacers ball. So can they tie or take the lead? We got Victor Fleming at the top of the key. Let's see, what is he going to do? He takes the screen. He's going to drive. Pulled up mid. He hits it. It is a tie ball game. The Pacers are trying to push past the Los Angeles Lakers, making sure that they become NBA champions. We're going to skip that timeout. I'm excited to see this. Don't want to commentate too much, but I'm going to commentate as best as I can. So let's see. We got Jamal Wilkes passing in. He's going to pass it in to who? Who does he find? He finds Michael Cooper, who finds James Worthy. James Worthy, top of the key, driving. Byron Scott, mid-range. It hits. Bang! Byron Scott, he's got ice in his veins. We got Butch Carter dribbling up the court. Butch Carter on Jamal Wilkes. To Stepanovic. He gets bodied out. He takes a tough layup on Kareem. Kareem with the rebound. And they're going to look like they're going to start fouling. The Lakers might have just went away with the win. But who knows? James Worthy does get 2 shots. We're going to be in it until we need to be out. Can the Lakers secure a Game 7 to go to their home arena? Or is the Pacers going to clutch up? James Worthy does hit the first free throw. They're up by 3 points. James Worthy up by 4. The Pacers got some points to catch up on. Only the Lakers can foul. The Pacers can no longer foul anymore. So they got to hit a clutch 3. Where's Reggie Miller when you need him? But the Pacers, they got to hit a 3. I don't think they have any really crazy 3-point shooter. They're going to give it to Stepanovic, who gets Kareem to jump. He gets fouled. Okay, he gets fouled. All right, Stepanovic. These are like the biggest free throws of your life. Steve Stepanovic. He hits the first. He's got 9 points, 6 rebounds right now. Can he hit the second? He does, in fact, hit the second. It is a 2-point game. Most likely they're going to foul. They're going to really hope that the Lakers miss a free throw. But I doubt it's going to happen. Michael Cooper hits the first one, up by 3. Michael Cooper with the second one. He hits that one as well. The Pacers have no more timeouts, so they really got to go and hit a three. Butch Carter at the top of the key. And are they not going for the three? That's the three he takes. Oh, they lost. Well, that's about it there. All I can do is just simcast it, but Lakers win by 5. Game 7 here in LA. What team is going to take it? So early in the second, the Lakers have a 3-point lead. Are they going to go away with it? It looks like they are. And yeah, it's going to be the Los Angeles Lakers winning the 1985-86 championship. Magic Johnson is your finals MVP. Congratulations to the Lakers. Player retirements. Kareem's retiring on a ring. So let's see, in this world, he retired with 5 championships. 2 in the last Sims we could watch. 6 MVPs, 1 finals MVP. 16-time All-Star. 8-time All-NBA. And then 12-time All-NBA. He's been on almost every defensive team. So, Kareem, congratulations. We got Spencer Haywood going, Jim Jones, Paul Westphal, Sidney Wicks, Marvin Webster, Dan Issel, Campy Russell. Artis Gilmore is going, James Silas, Dave Robish, Charlie Chris. We have Calvin Murphy, Rudy Tomjanovich, George McGinnis. And that is it. Hall of Fame inductees, we do have Kareem. And Kareem gets his jersey retired for the Bucks, Lakers, and Paul Westphal gets his jersey retired for the Phoenix Suns. As far as draft lottery goes, let's see, they're all going to have the same pick. So pick number 7 goes to the Los Angeles Clippers. Pick number 6 goes to the Kings. So they did select Patrick Ewing. So it's going to be interesting who they take at 6. Pick number 5 is going to go to the Rockets. So the Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, and Ralph Sampson Rockets get pick number 5. Potentially someone really good there. Number 4 is going to go to the Spurs. That is interesting. Number 3 is going to go to the Chicago Bulls. Number 2 is going to go to the Atlanta Hawks. So Dominique Wilkins, Dan Roundfield, and the Nets are going to retain number 1. The Sonics get pick number 8. The Knicks get 15. So that is interesting indeed. The NBA draft, pick number 1 for the New Jersey Nets. They're going to be selecting Chuck Persons. Wow. Hawks are going to be selecting Len Bias from Maryland. Love it. The Bulls are going to be taking Ron Harper with this pick. It's actually not that bad. The Spurs are going to be selecting Drazen Petrovic. Alright, now, the Rockets. Don't fumble. You have small forward, power forward, center. Y'all take Pearl Washington. You know what? It's not bad. The Kings, they're going to be selecting Brad Daughtry, and y'all just selected Patrick Ewing. What are y'all doing? Walter Berry goes 7 to the Clippers. Sonics select Jeff Hornacek. See, now that is a good pickup to pair alongside Tom Chambers, Jack Sikma, and Hakeem. And then Arvinas goes to the Blazers. Pistons select David Wingate. And we're basically going to get out of here. Let's go see who else we missed on. Scott Skiles went to the Suns. Mark Price to the Jazz. We got Kenny Walker going to the Bullets. We got Dennis Rodman going to the Mavericks. As far as second round picks go, we got really no crazy ones other than, I guess, Chris Washburn, Anthony Bowie. I saw Del Curry go to the Jazz. So, hey, they did their thing. Welcome to the league, all you young fellas. Alright, so let's go look at free agency for when it started. Where did it start? Because we got to go down. We got to look at all of it. So it's going to be right here. So Celtics re-signed Cedric Maxwell. 4 years, $4.3 million. Wow. Nets re-signed Buck Williams. Purvis Short re-signs with the Warriors. Clark Kellogg re-signed with the Pacers. So on. Nothing really changes. These are all re-signs. Let's see when the first trade, or wow, Terry Cummings has joined the Los Angeles Lakers. Rolando Blackman has joined the the Washington Bullets. George Johnson has joined the Nuggets. That is crazy. Bill Walton has went to go replace Artis Gilmore. Mike Dunleavy left the Sonics to go to the Pistons. Michael Ray Richardson went to the Kings. David Thompson went to the Suns. Ricky Sobers went to the Mavericks this time. Pacers re-signed Butch Carter. Dan Roundfield went back to the Bullets. The Mavericks pick up Norm Nixon. Wow. The Kings pick up Chuck Robinson. 76ers pick up John Lucas. Nothing too crazy there. But we had some crazy... Jeff Rowland. He joined the Clippers along with Wes Matthews. Larry Smith joined the Mavericks. James Donaldson re-signed with the Clippers. We also have... anyone else? Any other big name? Dale Griffith re-signed with the Jazz. And that looks to be about it. 7 draft class featuring David Robinson, Kenny Smith, Reggie Miller, Reggie Lewis, Kevin Johnson, Armin Gilliam, Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, Reggie Williams, Muggsy Boggs. We got a lot of people. We got Darius Garland's father, Winston, Mark Jackson. We got a lot of great players coming into the league this year. Let's get into it. I'm excited. So, of course, we got Hot Rod here. The 76ers are still looking pretty good. The Bucks still looking okay. The Washington Bullets with John Stockton, Rolando Blackman, Dan Roundfield, Benoit Benjamin. They might be a problem. We have the Bulls with Ron Harper and Xavier McDaniel now. The Cavs still have Jerome Kersey, basically. The Celtics didn't really do anything. They're really hoping their core can stay and push. Jeff Rowland and Wes Matthews, a new addition, along with, playing alongside James Donaldson and Terry Porter. Don't know how they're going to do that, but they also drafted Walter Berry. The Hawks are a very interesting team to me. Andrew Tooney, Doc Rivers, Dominique Wilkins, Sam Perkins, and Len Bias with Trey Rollins. This should make for a really good lineup. Len Bias would be crazy good if they put him to small forward, but really that would put no use for Andrew Tooney. So let's see what they do there. The Jazz didn't really pick up nobody. The Kings have 3 centers, being Brad Daughtry, Patrick Ewing, and Bill Cartwright. The Knicks didn't really do anything. They picked up Chris Washburn, it looks like. So hopefully he puts in a good center position for them. The Los Angeles Lakers picked up Terry Cummings, which is just crazy. So now it's Magic, James Worthy, Terry Cummings, Byron Scott or Michael Cooper starting. Jamal Wilkes off the bench, and their starting center is William Bedford. The Mavericks picked up Norm Nixon. So, get a shout out to the Mavericks. The Nets still with Joe Dumars, Larry Jordan, and Buck Williams. They also drafted Chuck Persons, and they have Daryl Dawkins, so they got a pretty good squad right there. The Nuggets didn't really do anything. Pacers still have kind of the same. I guess they picked up Greg Ballard. Or no, he's been here for 2 seasons now. But yeah, that's right. Vern Fleming, actually. 81 overall. The Pistons, they're getting along there. And then, yeah, so I'm interested about this one. So the Rockets, per Washington, they didn't need a point guard, but like, let me see if I put Pearl to a, let me just put Pearl to a shooting guard to help them out. But they're gonna have Alan Lethal, I guess Craig Elo, and then Charles Barkley, Carmelo, and Ralph Sampson. The Rockets are looking like a scary team. The Spurs have Petrovic joining Bill Walton, Manute Ball, Melvin Turpin, and George Gervin. The Suns, their best player is now Michael Cage. James Edwards is still up there, and Chris Mullin is in the rise. Robert Reed also left the Rockets, I guess. Yeah, mid-trade. They also got Larry Nance and Scott Skiles down there. And then, of course, Hakeem, Jack Sigma, Gus Williams, Jeff Hornacek, and Michael Adams. Always going to be a crazy, crazy team. Although, I don't know what they're doing with this. I mean, they could technically run this. Let's see how they want to do that. If not, I'll trade it back and whatever. We got Clyde over here, just trying to give players, you know, a chance to play good and have minutes. Our participants are Jordan, John Stockton, Marquise Johnson, Dominique Wilkins, Julius Erving, Sidney Moncrief, Andrew Tooney, Clark Kellogg, Bernard King, Cliff Robinson, John Bagley, Latin Bias, first-time All-Star. We gotta love it. Hot Rod Williams, also, I believe, first-time All-Star, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, first-time All-Star. For the West, we have Magic, Alex English, Hakeem, Adrian Danley, James Worthy, Sleepy Floyd, Clyde Drexler, who makes his first All-Star appearance, Jack Sigma, Charles Barkley, who makes his first All-Star appearance, Karl Malone with his first All-Star appearance, Melvin Turpin with his first All-Star appearance. We got Jerome Kersey, Jordan, Clyde, and Len Bias in the dunk contest. We got Andrew Tooney, Stockton, Melvin Turpin, Vern Fleming, Delaney Rudd, and Butch Carter in the three-point contest. As far as season awards go, here's all the player of the weeks. Len Bias even took one. That's pretty good for Len Bias. Player of the month, Jordan, Stockton trading a little bit. Hakeem and Magic basically over here. And the rookie of the month, Len Bias won it a bunch. So, yeah, I'm assuming Len Bias is going to be rookie of the year. But Magic Johnson wins his 4th MVP in 4 years. Len Bias is, in fact, the rookie of the year on the Hawks. Terrence Stansberry, 6th man of the year. Wow. 17, 8, and 2. Hakeem back to Depoy. He would have probably three-peated, but he got the uneligible because he played less than 65. We got Nick Vanos over here, most improved. All-NBA first team, we got Jordan, Karl Malone, Melvin Turpin, and Hakeem. With Magic, of course. We got John Stockton, Alex English, James Worthy, Xavier McDaniel. He made, this is his first time making All-NBA. Moses Malone. We got John Bagley, Michael Adams, who, are you not a rookie? Or, nah, this is his second year. Dominique, Marquise Johnson, and Patrick Ewing. We got Michael Jordan, Sidney Moncrief, Xavier McDaniel, Mike Brooks, and Hakeem. We got Leon Wood, Clyde Drexler, Kevin McHale, Karl Malone, and Moses Malone. So Kevin McHale actually made a defensive team, which is pretty crazy. Rookie first team and rookie second team. It's the playoff bracket, but first, y'all already know, league leaders. Jordan led the league with 30 points a game, Magic being 5 points behind him. Hakeem won the rebounds with about 16 a game. Magic won assists with about 13 a game. Sidney Moncrief, technically the steal leader, but he tied with Jordan. We got Hakeem leading blocks with Patrick Ewing behind him. And Magic leading in turnovers. The best shooter in the league is Pat Cummings yet again. And the best three-point percentage is John Stockton. Interesting. So any teams that didn't make... So the Hawks are now the first seed. And if y'all know who the Hawks have, I mean, Andrew Tooney, Dominique, Len Bias, Trey Rollins, Sam Perkins. I'm assuming, Doc Rivers got to be injured. But Doc Rivers is their starting point guard. the Bullets with Stockton, Rolando, Dan, and Benoit. You got the Knicks with Jordan, Bernard, and Wayman, with Charles Oakley and LaSalle Thompson, so they're doing pretty good for themselves. Celtics fall out of the playoffs. Okay, so I'm assuming Larry Bird's injured. Yeah, Larry Bird's injured. And so is Dennis Johnson, but that's crazy. Pistons fall off yet again. The West, the Rockets can't figure it out, can they? They also wait, the Rockets traded for Tom Chambers, and they still didn't make the. Where's the Sonics? The Sonics. Ray Williams, Gus Williams, Jeff Hornacek, Jack Sigma, Michael Adams, and Akeem. Wow, these teams are stacked. So, let's get into it. Round 1, we're going to be seeing the Cavaliers and World Be Free out. The Jazz get out. Jordan is gone in the first round again. The Pacers are gone. They made it to the championship last time. Nuggets are gone. The stacked Sonics are gone in 5 games. The Spurs are gone. The Bulls are gone. Wow. So the Kings beat out the stacked Sonics team. Jordan finding no luck. I don't even think exiting the first round yet. Maybe he went to a second round. But round 2, we have the Warriors getting dropped. John Stockton and the Bullets getting dropped. The Bucks getting out, and the Kings getting out. So we have a 1 versus 2 seed and a 1 versus 6 seed. If you had to ask me, I would assume the Hawks should take the dub. I mean, Dominique, Len Bias, Sam Perkins, Andrew Tooney, with Doc Rivers and Trey Rollins. It's a scary, scary thing. Dominique's an 88, Len Bias an 82. But let's go find out. The Mavericks are gone, and the Hawks have been eliminated. So, Mavericks, you tried your best. Terry Cummings is carrying the Lakers with magic. And Hawks, you tried your best, but I guess the 76ers just have more. Lakers take game 1. Lakers take game 2. Lakers take game 3. And will the 76ers season end just like that? Game 4, the Lakers are still up. Going into the 4th, Lakers are up by 5 points. Can the 76ers come back? And it's going to be a no. Let's go in and watch the Lakers win what I believe is their 3rd championship in 4 years. So the Los Angeles Lakers are going to be your 1986-87 NBA champions. Terry Cummings taking a last-second shot, but the Los Angeles Lakers have done it. They have become the champions yet again. They're on their 2nd peat. The 76ers stomped them 1 time, and that was it. So who is taking home the Finals MVP? If I had to guess, it would be Magic. So let's see. And yep, it will be Magic. I was correct. So that's crazy. Let's see. Moses Malone put up 35 and 8, but it wasn't enough to stop Magic with his near triple-double. Terry Cummings with his 25 and 10, and James Worthy with his 22, 10 and 6. Lakers have a dynasty, and it looks like they're going to be pretty tough to beat. As you can see, Magic Johnson, Finals MVP, averaging 24, 7, and 12 with 2 steals and a block a game. That is crazy. Player retirements. Chuck Robinson is leaving the Kings. Ricky Sobers, Harvey Catchings, Julius Erving, and Bobby Jones. Magic sent them into retirement. We got Billy Knight, Clarence Walker. We have Caldwell Jones, Lionel Hollins, Len Elmore, Henry Bibby, Mike Bantam. Pete Maravich is finally going. And that is it for them. Hall of Fame inductees is going to be Julius Erving. Jersey retirements, the 76ers retire Julius Erving's jersey. As far as draft lottery goes, let's go figure out who's going to get the first pick. So, Pick number 7 does go to the Trailblazers with Clyde Drexler. Pick number 6 goes to the Detroit Pistons with Isaiah Thomas and I believe Deadly Shrimp. Pick number 5 goes to the Rockets. So Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, and Ralph Sampson get the 5th pick again. Clippers, actually the Celtics get pick number 4. So they can get a potential really good player. The Clippers do get pick number 3. And who goes the second pick? The Suns do stay at 2. So I'm assuming the Nets are going to have the 1st overall pick in the 1987 draft. That's crazy. that's just crazy. But I guess let's go see who these teams draft. So pick 1 is going to be Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller. Wow, Reggie Miller goes first. And if we wanted to look at what the Nets have, let's go over to the Nets real quick. The Nets have Larry Jordan, Buck Williams, and Joe Dumars. So they're going to basically have Reggie Miller come in over Buck Williams. Next up, the Suns are going to be selecting the Admiral, David Robinson. Let's go see who they need. The Suns, they have Michael Cage, Chris Mullin, and James Edwards. So I'm assuming they're going to be looking to trade James Edwards. But they just drafted one of the greatest centers of all time. The Clippers are going to select Kevin Gamble. They fumbled. And the Celtics. You have Reggie Lewis on the board. Scottie Pippen. Horace Grant even. Reggie Williams. I mean, and they select Mark Jackson. Rockets are going to be selecting Kevin Johnson. Pistons are going to be getting Reggie Lewis. Blazers are going to be getting Scottie Pippen. And then, the Cavs. They traded. Who are they going to trade for? Let's find out. The Cavs got Paul Pressey straight up. Cavs, what are you doing? To pick Armin Gilliam, the Bucks pick up him. The Bulls are also going to trade. So who are they going to be trading? They're going to be trading for James Donaldson and a top 10 protected 89 first. So who are the Clippers going to be taking here? Greg Anderson. The 76ers are going to be taking Winston Garland. Kenny Smith is going to go 11. Horace Grant's going to go 12. Derek McKee's 13. Vincent Askew, 14. Muggsy Boggs, 15. And Eric White, 16. And then we got another trade. Pick number 17 for John Williams. And with that, we're going to get on out of here. So, they really let Scottie Pippen, Armin Gilliam fall. They let Kenny Smith fall. They actually left Reggie Williams to 18 to the Bucks. The Knicks pick up Ken Norman. And the Bulls pick up Donald Royal. As far as second round codes, almost every team got a real player. So, that's that. But, all in all, pretty good. Let's go see what's happening in free agency. So, Alex English left the Nuggets to go to the Mavericks. George Gervin left the Spurs to go to the Cavs. Byron Scott went back to the Lakers along with Michael Cooper. Fat Lieber went back to the Blazers. Gus Williams went back to the Spurs. Quentin Daly went back to the Bulls. And Ennis Wadley actually left to go to the Nuggets. Robert Parrish went back. Darnell Valentine went to the Bullets. World B. Free left the Cavs. Derek Harper has joined the Pacers. Tom Chambers has went to the 76ers. Then Charles Oakley has joined the Knicks again. Junior Bridgman went back to the Bucks. And so on. Alan Leavell left the Rockets. So who is left that hasn't signed anywhere? We still got Cliff Robinson, Rob Williams, and Pat Cummings. So, and Dale Ellis. So that's pretty interesting. Guess we'll see where they ended up real quick. Pat Cummings went back to the Mavericks. Greg Ballard went back to the Pacers. Sam Mitchell went back to the Cavs. And that's basically it. So I'll see y'all for the next season. 88 draft class featuring Danny Manning, Chris Morris, Charles Smith, Mitch Richmond, Hersey Hawkins, Ronnie Cycli, Rick Smits, Rick Chapman. There's a few others gems down here. Marjolaine Vinny, Rod Strickland, Vernon Maxwell. John Starks is here as well. So that is pretty interesting. Looking at rosters, we got basically Tom Chambers joining the Sixers. We got Alan Leafel and Armin Gilliam on the Bucks now with Wayne Cooper. We have the Bullets with their still stacked lineup now having Orlando Woolridge and Darnell Valentine join them. The Bulls, they gained James Donaldson, of course, with Xavier McDaniel, Ron Harper, and Quentin Daly with Reggie Theus on the bench. The Cavs have gained Paul Pressey and George Gervin, so it could be interesting what they do. The Celtics, they picked up a whole lot of no one, except for, I guess, technically Johnny Dawkins, but they did draft Mark Jackson. Don't know why they did that. The Clippers still got their squad with Walter Berry, so that's interesting. Andrew Tooney leads the Hawks, who are getting better and better. Mavericks, or Jazz, are hanging in there. Kings, still 3 centers, but we'll see what happens. Jordan is still leading the Knicks as a 94, 23-year-old, and he's still got Bernard and Charles Oakley, plus Wayman Tisdale with him. Magic Johnson is leading the Lakers with James Worthy and Terry Cummings. Dallas Mavericks are still hanging in there, still pretty strong. They did sign Danny Shays, and they also picked up, I feel like they picked up someone else. Here it is, Dennis Rodman. Okay, there it is. Nets, they did draft Reggie Miller. They do have Larry Jordan. They do have Joe Dumars. They do have Chuck Persons and Buck Williams. Nuggets picked up Ennis Watley and Antoine Carr. Nope, he's been there. So really, all they added was Ennis Watley, who's pretty solid. He's been averaging over 10 assists a game, so that's pretty good. Pacers didn't pick up anyone really. Pistons, they're just doing their thing. Isaiah Thomas really hasn't done anything. The Rockets, the stacked Rockets. Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, Ralph Sampson, who's not getting much better, but whatever. World Beat Free is their new point guard, so that's interesting. Then they also have Kevin Johnson. San Antonio Spurs got Melvin, who Manu Ball, Drazen Petrovic, Mike Brooks, and Frankie Johnson. You got the Suns with now D-Rob, James Edwards, Chris Mullin, and Michael Cage. You got the Suns still with their stacked squad. You got the Spurs with up-and-coming Clyde. Maybe he gets a ring. And then we got the Warriors with Muggsy Boggs. I'm just kidding, but they do have Sleepy Floyd still, who he's been okay. He just hasn't really gone crazy. Purvis has been basically their best player. So, yeah, it's interesting to see. Trades go, the only trade that happened was Antoine Carr for Butch Carter and Kenny Carr for Darren Days. Other than that, all the player of the weeks here, John Stockton has been taking quite a bit, and Len Bias seems to always sneak in there. Player of the month, John Stockton, Larry Bird, and Michael Jordan. But it's really been Alex English and Mark Aguirre who teamed up on the Mavericks. Rookie of the month has been Winston Garland a lot, David Robinson a lot, Reggie, some Kevin, some Scotty, and some Armin. Other than that, let's go look at All-Stars. We got Michael Jordan, John Stockton, Larry Bird, Moses, Xavier McDaniel, John Bagley, Isaiah Thomas, Dominique, Len Bias, Marquise Johnson, Jerome Kersey, George Germy, and Bernard King. We also got Magic, Sleepy, Mark Aguirre, Hakeem, Jack Sigma, Jay Humphries, who is a first-time All-Star, I want to say. Feel like first-time All-Star. We also got Terry Porter, who's a first-time All-Star as well. We also got Larry Drew, who's a first-time All-Star, and Patrick Ewing with his first-time All-Star. The dunk contest is as followed, and the three-point contest as well. As far as any surprises for NBA standings, really, Bullets are at the top. The Knicks are just always like a base team. They're not really crazy good. And then finally, the Sonics are up there. The Rockets are actually in the playoffs for once, and the Kings fell just short, and so did the Trailblazers with Scotty and Clyde, with Sabonis, Michael Thompson, Fat Lever, and Jay Humphries. The Trailblazers should be a team to look out for. I'm not gonna lie. Magic wins his 5th MVP. David Robinson wins Rookie of the Year. Hot Rod Williams wins 6th Man. Hakeem won his, I believe, 3rd DPOY. That is correct. And Jerome Kersey got Most Improved. So, All-NBA. Oh, Hakeem's injured for the first round of the playoffs. But we got Magic, Jordan, Bird, Aguirre, and Hakeem. We got Stockton, English, Karl Malone, Len Bias, and David Robinson. First time, second team All-NBA. We have Jay Humphries, John Bagley, Xavier McDaniels, Jerome Kersey, and Patrick Ewing. We also have Michael Jordan here with Mike Brooks, Alex English, Xavier McDaniel, and Hakeem for all defensive. We also have Ron Harper, Sidney Moncrief, Larry Bird, Karl Malone, and David Robinson. Just all-rookie first team. And this is the all-rookie second team. And then while we're here, let's go look at season leaders. Mark Aguirre has finally took the scoring title from Jordan. Okay, I was ready to say, why does that say... We have someone that said third. Okay, there it is. Yep. All right, so Alex English has taken the scoring title from Jordan. My bad. Hakeem led the league in reboundings. Ennis Watley has led the league in assists. Ron Harper led the league in steals. Hakeem led the league in blocks. Ron Harper led the league in turnovers. Michael Jordan has now shot the best out of the field goal percentage. And Craig Elo has the best three-point percentage. So we got Cleveland versus Washington over here. So we got a Jerome Kersey, George Gervin, John Bagley team against the Stockton, AC Green, Dan Roundfield, Orlando Wardge, Orlando Blackman, Kenny Walker, Darnell Valentine team. I mean, they're stacked, so really they shouldn't lose. We do have the 76ers versus our beloved Michael Jordan, so he's probably going to get bounced out in the first round. The Bucks facing on the Pacers, and then the Hawks, who's outrageously stacked, is taking on the Celtics, but you can never count out Larry Bird. The Jazz over here, on the other hand, they should probably be counted out. They're going against the Superstar Squad. Like, I don't even know what's happening over here anymore. The Spurs taking on the Warriors. So, really, the Spurs look like they have a solid team around them. Maybe they can get it done, but that's going to be a good matchup. Sonics. I mean, the Sonics are cracked, but with no Hakeem, it's going to be kind of hard. And then Dallas Mavericks, who are facing on the Rockets. So, let's see, any surprise eliminations. The Warriors are gone. The Cavs are gone. The Bucks are gone. The Celtics are gone. The Houston Rockets lose in the first round. The Utah Jazz are gone. Jordan loses in the first round. And the Sonics are also gone. So 3 or at least 2 really stacked teams are gone. Poor Hakeem hasn't been out the first round. And this is, I think, the Rockets' first playoff appearance. But the Hawks and Bullets did make it through. So let's go ahead and see who wins out of here. The Suns are gone. The Pacers are gone. The Spurs are gone. And the 76ers are gone. So we got John Stockton with Orlando Blackman, Kenny Carr, Dan Roundfield, Orlando Woolridge, and his squad against Doc Rivers, Andrew Tooney, Dominique, Len Bias, Trey Wans, and Sam Perkins. And then over here we have the stacked Lakers against, honestly, a pretty star-studded Mavericks team. I mean, you can't go wrong. Simulate through game. Hawks win game 1. Mavericks win game 1. Lakers win game 2. Hawks win game 2. Hawks lose game 3. And see, Lakers win game 3. Hawks win game 4. Lakers win game 4. And Hawks win game 5. And Lakers win game 5. So we have the Hawks versus Lakers. Hawks win game 1. Hawks lose game 2. Hawks win game 3. Hawks win game 4. And can the Hawks outclass the Lakers and stop them from getting a three-peat? It looks like that's what's going to happen. And yeah, I didn't want to jump in, but the Hawks, with Len Bias as the Finals MVP in his second season in the NBA, has led the Hawks over the Los Angeles Lakers. Mike Dunleavy's going to retire. ML Carr's gone. Gerald Henderson's gone. They sent him into retirement. We got Doug Collins going. Tommy Boswell. Brian Winters. And that's basically it. We got like Eric Fernstein. That's it. Draft lottery. Let's see who's in the odds for these guys. So pick number 9 is going to go to the Detroit Pistons. Let's see what else. We're going to have pick number 8 going to the Clippers. We're going to have pick number 7 going to the Denver Nuggets. We're going to have pick number 6 going to the New Jersey Nets. We're going to have pick number 5 going to the Miami Heat. This is their first season in the league. The Charlotte Hornets, also first season in league, are going to have pick number 4. Pick number 3 is going to go to the Portland Trail Blazers. Way to keep that pick. Pick number 2 is going to go to the Bulls, I think. No, the Kings go to 2, which means the Bulls stay at 1. Let's go ahead and go see the expansion draft. So Chuck Parsons and Antoine Carr got let go. World B. Free got let go. Mark Eaton, Rick Mahorn, James Donaldson, Vinnie Johnson, and Mike Woodson. Olden Polynice, Muggsy Boggs is gone. Sam Vince is gone. Kenny Gatson, Robert Reed, John Hancock, Mark Davis, Scott Brooks, Sarunas, Marcel Leonis, Dallas Cummings, Fred Roberts, Todd Murphy, Steve Johnson, Chris Welp, and Dwayne Washington are going to be going. So with the first pick, the Bulls are going to select Danny Manning. The second pick, they're trading it. They're trading... Wow. So the Portland Trail Blazers have traded their 88 first round, 3rd overall pick with Fat Lieber for Eddie Johnson and the 2nd overall pick. So Fat Lieber is getting replaced with Charles Smith. The Kings are going to pick up Ricky Berry. We have Mitch Richmond going to the... a trade already? So the Heat are trading their pick straight up for Jeff Rowland and a 92 first round. Now that's pretty good. They select Chris Morris because the 92 draft class is Shaq. We have Rick Smits going. We have Ronnie Cycli going. We have Hersey Hawkins going. We have Willie Anderson going. We have Lindell Eckles and the Rockets, who are trading their pick for Greg Ballard and Jeff Malone. Okay. I gotta stop expecting the Rockets to do something. But here's all the rest of the draft. This is Al Horford's dad. Shout out Tito. And you got all these fine gentlemen. Dan Marjolay falling all the way to the Trailblazers. Horace Grant falling to the... Or Harvey Grant, my bad. Falling to the 2nd round. Not too bad, not too bad. let's take a look at free agency. So let's go see who all signed. Jordan went back to the Knicks, of course. Stockton went back to the Bullets. He signed a 4-year, $10 million deal. Jordan only got 3 years, 6.8. Okay. Hakeem went to the Sonics again. Melvin stayed with the Spurs. Jay Humphrey stayed with the Trailblazers. Tooney stayed with the Hawks. Oh. Charles Barkley stayed with the Rockets, but he's already digressing. Bernard King has left Jordan to join the Hornets. Larry Jordan has also left the New Jersey Nets to join the Hornets. Bill Cartwright is now joining the Hornets. Michael Cage is staying with the Suns. Ralph Sampson left the Rockets to go play on the Cavs. Jerome Kersey left the Cavs to go play on the Hornets. Wow. People are definitely starting to leave. The league is getting shaken up. I mean, we can hit that. Let's see who all's left. Not really much, so I'm going to see y'all in the next 1988 to 89 season is about to be underway with the 89 draft class. Of course, we have Tim Hardaway, Junie Lewis, Nick Anderson, J.R. Reed, Dino Raja, Glenn Rice, Cliff Robinson, Sean Elliott. We got Danny Ferry. We have Chucky Brown, Purvis Ellison. We even got people like Sean Kemp, Vlade Divac. Even B.J. Armstrong is a solid pickup, plus Doug West. In terms of teams, really, we're going to go look and see what really happened. I know y'all have pretty much watching this back-to-back, but Cliff Robinson does join Philadelphia. Actually, he joined last time. So Philly is still a team to pay attention to. The Bucks, still the same. The Bullets are still the same with John Stockton getting better. The Bulls now picked up Danny Manning, so they're really just missing a center, and they have everyone they need. John Bagley is still here, but he got joined by Ralph Sampson and Paul Pressey. Oh no, Paul Pressey was already here. Celtics haven't done anything. Clippers, still the same. The Hawks are the freshest champions. We have the newly added Heat with Chuck Persons, Jeff Rowland, Gerald Wilkins, and Mark Eaton. We have the Charlotte Hornets, who Bernard King actually left Michael Jordan, and which is crazy to me, but he left Michael Jordan and to play with his brother, Larry. So I find that very funny. But they also have Jerome Kersey and Mitch Richmond, plus World Be Free, Vinnie Johnson, and Muggsy Bogues. They got a lot of guards. Utah Jazz still here. Adrian Dantley's trying to hold them together. They did pick up Mark Price and Kenny Smith, but only can go so far. Patrick Ewing's here. We have Charles Oakley, Wayman Tisdale, which I'm actually going to help Jordan out a little bit and put Wayman at the small forward. But yeah, they also got Craig Elo and Daryl Dawkins. We have Magic Johnson and his Lakers. The Mavericks are still going strong. The Nets are doing alright. The Nuggets are doing okay. The Pacers, they're still here. The Pistons are still somehow here. The Rockets, Charles Barkley's regressing, so don't know how much longer he's going to be able to really do good. We got the Spurs, who are looking pretty solid. The Phoenix Suns with D-Rob. And then the Sonics, of course, with Sigma, Michael Adams, Hornacek, and Gus Williams. We got the Trailblazers, who are up and coming to be a really good team, actually. And we have the Golden State Warriors. Bullets actually traded Orlando Ruiz to the Rockets for Jeff Malone. Reggie Theus got traded for James Edwards. So the Bulls did pick up a center, which is actually pretty interesting. Season awards, here we go. I like how it's always a different player winning player of the week. It's actually really cool. Player of the month, though, is Jordan, Len Bias, or Larry Bird. Magic seems to be getting overtaken by the bigs of the West. And then player of the month for rookies, over here. As far as NBA standings go, the Hawks are the best team in the East, with the Knicks being the 60. So Jordan is leading them till in the playoff. He is a 97 overall. Jordan's doing his thing. Surprise, Pistons, they just haven't really been doing anything. And as far as West goes, Rockets are third, with Charles Barkley being 86 still, Karl Malone here, Kevin Johnson, Pearl Washington, Greg Ballard. I feel like they're missing someone, but maybe I'm just tripping. I guess they're not. Any surprise down here? The Sonics. Is Hakeem injured again? Oh my God, Hakeem's injured again, but it's really it for all of them. The MVP goes to Karl Malone. He dethroned Magic for his 6th in a row. Karl Malone's averaging 28, 11, 6, 1, and 1. Gary Grant is Rookie of the Year. Winston Garland is 6th Man of the Year. Hakeem did still win Defensive Player, but he is injured, I think, or unless he came back. He did play 75 games, so he was injured a little bit. Gerald Wilkins is Most Improved, and Robert Knox, whoever you are. All-NBA First Team, we got Jordan, Karl Malone, Magic, Larry Bird, and Hakeem. We got Alex English, John Stockton, Mark Aguirre, Len Bias, and Patrick Ewing on Second Team. Third Team is David, Dominique, Melvin, Michael, and Terry. Defensive teams, basically the same as always. Yep, literally the same as always. And then the rookie teams. So then playoffs, here we are, but we're going to check the league leaders first. So we have Mark Aguirre leading in scoring, Hakeem leading in rebounding, Ennis Wiley leading in assists, Ron Harper leading in steals, and Hakeem leading in blocks. Michael Jordan led in turnovers. He shot the best, though. And then, of course, from 3, Melvin Turpin is the best 3-point shooter in the league at 6'11". I mean, he's averaging 29, 8, 4. Wow, it's crazy. Drazen's right behind him, though. So, round 1, any interesting matchups? The Bulls are actually the 4th seed. So, them picking up James Edwards really helped them, especially having 2 80s off their bench. They're going to be facing basically just Jordan and Charles Oakley with Craig Elo off the bench. The Washington Bullets should swing by the Celtics. The Portland Trailblazers, hopefully they give the Lakers a little bit of a run for the money. And we got the Houston Rockets in here. The Bulls sweep the Knicks. The Kings get swept by the Mavericks. The Pacers get swept by the 76ers. The Bucks get swept by the Hawks. The Blazers get swept by the Lakers. The Suns go out in 4 to the Houston Rockets. And the Warriors lose to the Spurs. And the Bullets actually lose to Larry Bird. Told you, don't knock out Larry Legend. John Stockton, your team has fallen. So we have a Philadelphia against... I mean, I guess they're kind of evenly matched. I would say Philly and Celtics basically have their star. The Dallas Mavericks versus Lakers, they're definitely not evenly matched, but they're basically there. The Rockets facing the Spurs. Spurs have a really good team. Melvin Turpin's a 90 overall. So it's going to be interesting to see how their run goes. But the Rockets, they're definitely doing their thing. And it looks like Charles Barkley is injured. So, the Hawks have beaten the Bulls. The Rockets have beaten the Spurs. The Celtics beat the 76ers. And the Mavericks have beaten the Lakers. Wow. Okay. Alright, that's interesting. So Game 1 goes to the Hawks and Mavericks. Game 2 goes to the Mavericks and 76ers. Game 3 goes to the 76ers and Mavericks. Game 4 goes to the 76ers and Rockets. Game 5 goes to the Rockets and Hawks. Game 6 goes to the Rockets and the Hawks. So we have 2 Game 7s on each side. The defending champions and the Hawks against the 76ers, who are clearly thirsty for more. And doesn't look like a close game. The 76ers are going to be out 113 to 107, led by Dominique with 36, Len Bias with 32. And now the Hawks versus Mavericks. Either team are incredibly, incredibly good. So it's going to be good to see. Right now, early lead is the Rockets. And it looks like they are definitely going to win that Game 7. They blew, I think both teams just blew a 3-1 lead. So we have Karl Malone and the, I guess he's still injured. Yes, so Charles Barkley is injured still. So is he out for the season? No, he's going to come back. And then Orlando Roars is out for the season. But Charles Barkley is still here, so they do have a chance. And then the Hawks, who have, I want to say, Len Bias, Dominique, and Len Bias, Dominique. So Dominique's averaging 24 for him. Len Bias averaging 26. They still got Doc Rivers. Still got Andrew Tooney, who left the 76ers. Won a ring with them, I believe. 83 to 84? No. So he left the Sixers the year they won a ring. But they got Sam Perkins, Trey Rowland. They actually got Daryl Griffith on the bench there, so that's pretty interesting. But Game 1 is going to go to the Hawks. Game 2 is going to go to the Rockets. Game 3 to the Hawks. Game 4 to the Hawks in a potential elimination game for the Rockets. Can they hold on to fight another day? And it looks like the Hawks are just taken away with it. And yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be. The Atlanta Hawks are your 88 to 89 NBA champs. Back-to-back Len Bias Finals MVPs. Player retirements. You got Mickey Johnson, Bob McAdoo, John Drew, Junior Bridgman, Robert Parrish, Greg Ballard, J.C. Merriweather, Bill Walton, Mitch Kupchak, John Lucas, Ron Brewer, Ricky Green, Tom McMillan, Wally Walker, Larry Keenan, Alvin Scott, Ernie Grunfield, Anthony Roberts, Steve Hayes, and that is it. As far as draft lottery, we're basically just going to skip it. The first pick is going to the Cavs, the second to the Sonics, third to the Heat, fourth to the newly added Magic, fifth to the Timberwolves, sixth to the Jazz, and I'm pretty sure the Timberwolves are newly added as well. If I'm pretty sure, yeah, the Magic and Timberwolves. So, alright, so see who didn't get protected. So we're going to just go through all of these real quick, fast. So let's go see the best players. Otis Thorpe was not protected. Thurl Bailey was not protected. Neither was Reggie Theus, Sam Mitchell, Jerry Sitchin. Horace Grant wasn't. Alvin Robertson wasn't. So they got their decent picks. You know, they got decent picks. NBA draft time. The first pick, the Cavs, they're going to be selecting Glenn Rice out of Michigan. I mean, Paul Pressey, I don't know. The second pick is getting traded. The Sonics are trading their pick to the Cavs for Ralph Sampson and Paul Pressey. Alright, so who are the Cavs going to take? They're going to take Nick Anderson. So they just took Glenn Rice and Nick Anderson. The Miami Heat are going to pick Tim Hardaway. Wow. The Magic are going to take Junie Lewis. The Timberwolves are going to take Dino. The Jazz are going to take J.R. Reed. The Pistons are going to take Cliff Robinson. The Hornets are going to take Purvis Ellison. The Nets are going to take Sean Elliott. The Nuggets are going to take Pooh Richardson. The Bulls are going to take Mookie Baylock. Sherman Douglas goes to the Pacers. Vlade Divac goes to the Bucks. The Knicks take Donna Barros. And the Celtics take Stacey King. We got Chucky Brown, Todd Licht going, Danny Ferry going. Sean Kemp falls to number 19 to the Sacramento Kings. And the Mavericks trade pick number 20 to I think that was the Magic, for Kyle Macy and Michael Thompson. So the Magic select Blue Edwards. So Sean Kemp falls all the way to pick number 19. So that is definitely a interesting choice. Don't know if I really agree with it. Let's go to signing. So Lakers have signed Del Curry. Let's just go look at all the bigger names. So first, crazy signing. The Magic have signed James Donaldson. Magic has signed Wes Matthews. So that's alright. Pat Cummings goes back to the Mavericks. Jeff Malone goes back to the Bullets. Let's see. Is that really it? Or did everyone else just wait? Mark Eaton has gone to the Rockets. Larry Nance goes back to the Suns. Jay Vincent goes back to the Nets. Antoine Carr goes to the Warriors. Manu Ball re-signs with the Spurs. Wayman Tisdale re-signs with the Knicks. Hornets pick up Kenny Carr. Lascelles Thompson gets picked up by the Cavs. Dan Roundfield left the Bullets to join the Heat. My bad. Rob Williams went to the Mavericks. Jeff Rowland left the Clippers, I think, to join the Jazz. Ricky Pierce went back to the Mavericks. Detlef went back to the Pistons. Joe Dumars went back to the Nets. Rolando went back to the Bullets. Terry Cummings went back to the Lakers. Michael Adams went back to the Bulls. Picked back up Xavier McDaniel for 4 years, $12.64 million. Rockets picked back up Karl Malone. Chris Mullin went to the Suns again. Kings re-signed Patrick. Larry Bird re-signed to the Celtics. So yeah, nothing too crazy. I'm gonna see y'all in the next season. 1990 draft. I may say we are finally in the 90s. We have been simulating for 6 years now, I'm pretty sure. But 1990 draft with Derek Coleman, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, Dennis Scott, Antonio Davis, D. Brown, Kendall Gills here, Tony Kukoc, Gary Payton, of course, Tyrone Hill. We got some other really good players and some good just general bench players. But there is 47 real players. In terms of rosters, no just slight changes, basically. No one really teamed up anything. The Cavs are looking pretty good, though, with Nick Anderson and Glenn Rice, so that could end up becoming a really good duo. The Celtics are here. They're doing alright. Clippers, nah. The Hawks, Len Bias is up to a 91, actually. Dominique is followed with a 90. They're doing pretty good. They are back-to-back champs. Miami Heat, Dan Roundfield really left the Bullets to join this team, but he is 36, and he probably got more money. Larry Jordan is leading the Hornets with Mitch Richmond and Bernard King and Jerome Kersey. Utah Jazz is being led by Mark Price now. Patrick Ewing, Brad Daugherty, and now Sean Kemp and Kevin Willis with Thad Lieber and Ricky Berry are over here on the Kings. The Knicks still just have Jordan, Charles Oakley, and Craig Elo with Wayman Tisdale and Ken Norman. The Lakers still here, still one of the top teams. James Worthy's a 90 overall. We got the Orlando Magic with Otis Thorpe as their best player. Mark Aguirre leading the Mavericks alongside Alex English. The Nets with Joe Dumars leading them. Reggie Miller he's alright for right now. It's only his third year about to be in the NBA. So Rick Smits is joining Kiki, Derek McKee, and Ennis Watley. And the Indiana Pacers are looking decent as well. The Pistons are being led by Isaiah Thomas, and that's really it. Detlef has been here for 4 years and hasn't really helped him. Same with Reggie Lewis for 2 years, and Kelly has just been mid. Karl Malone leads the Rockets with Charles Barkley, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe they start cooking up, but for right now, doesn't look like it. Melvin Turpin is leading the Spurs, which is almost looking like a dynasty, almost, with him, Manute, and Drazen Petrovic. Dave Robinson is out here with Chris Mullin, Scott Skiles, Chris Mullin, and Michael Cage, who are all doing really good things. Their starting shooting guard is Liddell Eckles. Hakeem is now joined with Ralph Sampson backing him up, Jack Sikma, Michael Adams, Jeff Hornacek. We have the Timberwolves. They're doing their thing. The Trailblazers, who are looking okay right now. Clyde Drexler is kind of digressing. Scottie Pippen, he's doing his thing. And then the Golden State Warriors are here. Just kind of here. As far as trades go, Charles Oakley was traded for Jack Sikma. And Ken Norman was traded for Dennis Rodman. That's really it for that. Season awards as followed. Make sure y'all can see all of that. Player of the month. Again, same three players. And on the right side, Magic has not won any. Dino and Tim Hardaway seem to be rolling on those sides. So that's that. If we're going to look at NBA standings, Lakers are still the best team in the West. And in fact, the best team in the whole league. Surprises anywhere. Dallas Mavericks not making a playoffs is kind of crazy, but okay. Yeah, that's cool. So we got the Rockets at second, the Kings with, I believe, Sean Kemp, but they're probably not playing him. They are actually playing Fat Lieber, Ricky Berry, Brad Daughtry, Patrick, and Kevin Willis with Michael Anthony, Sean Kemp off the bench. The Rockets, Karl Malone's up to a 94, so he's definitely doing his job. Trailblazers, Clyde's up to a 90, Pippen's up to an 86, Art Venus is up to an 89, Jay Humphries to an 88, Eddie Johnson to an 84, Jim Paxson to an 84. They're doing pretty good. Nuggets are okay with Rick Smith. Seattle Supersonics, Hakeem's up to a 94. It's mainly just now. Oh yeah, they got Charles Oakley now because they traded Jack Simba. Don't know why. Charles Oakley was an 86, I believe, so he's just playing horrible, I think, for the Sonics, because he was Jordan's second hand man. So, yeah, Charles Oakley is down 4. Wow. So Charles Oakley is, I guess, not doing that. Jeff Hornacek is pretty injured. Western side of things, or Eastern side of things, of course, the Hawks with Len Bias being 93, and it looks like Dominique is injured. We have the 76ers in a close second. The Pistons tied with them, plus the Miami Heat, who are somehow really good. With the Bucks, we got the Knicks making it. It's now Michael Jordan and Jack Sikma with 82 overall, Dennis Rodman, and Wayman Tisdale and Craig Elo. So they're doing pretty good. I guess Jordan does have some help. Jordan is actually up to a 99 now. So that is kind of crazy. Bullets, just Stockton's up to a 94, and his team is just out of the playoffs. So that does suck for them. Magic Johnson does win his 6th MVP. Karl Malone just stole it from him once. Tim Hardaway is your Rookie of the Year. Ralph Sampson is your 6th Man of the Year. Hakeem is your Defensive Player of the Year. And John Williams is your Most Improved All-NBA First Team. I believe Len Bias just made his for the first time, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, this is his first All-NBA First Team. David Robinson, this is his first All-NBA. Then we got Karl Malone, Michael Jordan, and Magic. We got Michael Adams. Wow. 2nd team All-NBA. I mean, he's made 3rd team for the last 2 years. But Winston Garland is someone I didn't expect to really see there. He won 6-man, and now he's second team All NBA with Larry Bird, Mark, and Akeem. We got John Stockton, Tim Hardaway, Melvin Turpin, who's going crazy, Dominique and Patrick Ewing. We got Michael, Sidney, Karl Malone, Xavier McDaniel making all defensive first team. So that's pretty good on him. He's averaging 29 and 3 with about 2 steals and a block a game. Well, 2 blocks. Hakeem's doing Hakeem things. Second team, Chris Morris making it. And the rookie first team. If we go ahead and go down to season leaders, we have Len Bias leading in points, just ahead of Karl Malone by a bit. We then have David Robinson leading in rebounding, Magic leading in assists, but he was tied with Doc Rivers. We have Len Bias leading in steals, and we have Benoit Benjamin leading in blocks. Tim Hardaway leads in turnovers. J.R. Reed leads in 5 fouls a game, basically. Armin Gilliam is the best shooter in terms of percentage. And then the best three-point shooter is Chuck Parsons. Are the second seed. We got the Rockets in here, the Blazers. I'm hoping I see a Rockets-Hawks rematch, but let's go ahead and simulate the first round. The Blazers are definitely out. The Jazz are out. The Bucks are out. The Kings are out. The Suns are out. The 76ers are out. And the Bulls are out. So, we have a Jordan versus Len Bias over here. We have Isaiah Thomas versus Larry Bird. We have the stacked Sonics against the stacked Rockets. And then we just have Denver versus the Lakers. So, yeah. So the Rockets got the best of the Sonics. The Pistons got the best, or the Celtics got the best of the Pistons. The Nuggets got eliminated, and Jordan fell in 7 to Len Bias. So we're going to have a Celtics versus Hawks and a Lakers versus Rockets, where the Celtics are gone and the Rockets are gone. So we're going to have another Hawks versus Lakers. We got Len Bias here against Magic. Hawks take game 1. Lakers take game 2. Lakers take game 3. Hawks take game 4. Lakers take game 5. Down 1, the Hawks need to have a comeback, or is Magic taking his 4th ring of the series? It looks like the Hawks are going to hold on for one more game. We have a game 7, and it's going to be at LA. Can the Hawks do what needs to be done for a three-peat, or are they going to fall to the Lakers? Let's find out. It is a close, tight game right now. And it looks like the Los Angeles Lakers are going to take the 1989 to 90 NBA championship. The Hawks, you tried to three-peat, but y'all are also the ones who dethroned the Lakers. So Magic wins another Finals MVP with 29, 8, 12, 1 steal and 1 block a game. Player retirements: Jamal Wilkes is gone, Dennis Johnson is gone, Scott Wedman, Ray Williams, Mike Bratz, Kenny Carr, Mark Olberding, Maurice Cheeks, Dave Corzin, Michael Thompson, Pat Cummings, Calvin Nat, T.R. Dunn, Eddie Jordan, Mike Glenn, Phil Ford, Jeff Wilkins, Rich Kelly, Ben Paquette, Michael Ray Richardson, Ken Benson, Lewis Orr, Calvin Garrett, Major Jones, Dwayne Scales, John Garris, Elston Turner, Hutch Jones, Steve Lingenfelter, Leroy Combs, Linton Towles, Mike Gibson. We also got Bob Miller, Kelvin is fake, but Bob Miller's real. I'm going to go ahead and read everyone that is real, just so, you know. Jamal Wilkes gets his jersey retired by the Los Angeles Lakers. And as far as draft lottery goes, the Mavericks will have the number 1 pick with the Cavs, Warriors, Clippers, Hornets, and Nets following. The Trailblazers actually have the Washington Bullets pick at 11 there, so that is interesting. Let's go see who gets drafted. Pick number 1, the Mavericks. We're going to select Derek Coleman. The pick number 2, the Cavs are going to select Antonio Davis. The Warriors are going to select Dennis Scott. The Clippers are going to be selecting Cedric Ceballos. Terry Mills goes to the Hornets. The Nets are going to be trading their pick for Joe Barry Carroll to the Warriors with Jay Vincent. The Warriors are going to be selecting Travis Mays. The Magic are going to also trade their pick for Dale Ellis and a first-round pick for 93. The Pacers are going to be selecting Mahmoud. The Timberwolves definitely got the steal of the draft, being Gary Payton at pick number 8. Tony Kukoc went 9 to the Spurs, and Lionel Simmons went 10 to the Pacers. Anyone else we really missed? D. Brown went, I guess, to the Trailblazers. Kenneth Gill fell to 13. And yeah, that's basically about it. I mean, they ran out of players to draft after 19, but no. Anyone fell into the second? No. Alright, so as always, we're going to go look at free agency. So, let's see. Free agency. See if the 76ers decided to re-sign anyone or do anything. It would be the 1990. So the 76ers signed Clyde Drexler. The Bucks, they didn't sign anyone. Actually, they signed Danny Shays. So, what would be today's date in terms of this? This is 8/02. So this would have happened anywhere from like the 24th and up. So yeah, let me go back to looking at that. So yeah, Clyde Drexler has left the Trailblazers to lead the 76ers to potentially one more chip. The Bullets, they just signed Eddie Johnson. They bring back Darnell. The Bulls, they bring back Ron Harper, and then they re-signed James Edwards. The Cavs re-signed George Gervin for one more year. They re-signed John Bagley. They also signed Vinnie Johnson. The Celtics have signed Charles Oakley. They re-signed Dennis Johnson. They just signed Charles Oakley. Nothing really here for them. The Hawks have picked back up Len Bias. They picked up Sedell Threat, Clint Richardson, Dave Fietto, and Terry Catledge. Adrian Dantley goes back to the Jazz. The Jazz picked back up Mark Price. So far, so good. The Knicks do re-sign Dennis Rodman. Lakers don't pick up anyone too crazy, but they do sign Del Curry to a 6-year deal. Mavericks are looking the same. Nets are looking the same. Paul Pressey signs to the Nuggets instead of the Cavs. Kenny Walker goes to the Pacers. And then that's basically it for the Rockets. Drazen Petrovic re-signs with them. John Long re-signs. Same thing with the Suns. Everything stays the same. Everything stays the same there. Everything stays the same here, other than, of course, Clyde Drexler leaving. And everything stays the same there. So I'm going to see y'all next season. To the 91 draft, headlining with players like Dikembe Mutombo. We got Larry Johnson, who was the first overall pick to the Charlotte Hornets. Let's see where he goes today. We got Stacey Augmon, Mark McCann, Billy Owens, Steve Smith. We got people like Stanley Roberts, Richard Dumas, Paul Graham, Alvaro Tarrahan, Kenny Anderson, Terrell Brandon. And yeah, I mean, we got Rick Fox, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of great players, some good role players. Got Greg Anderson still here, Robert Pack, and so on. This is actually Jay Crowder's father, Corey Crowder. But yeah, let's go look at what teams are rocking what. So the 76ers, yeah, the Clyde Drexler, Moses Malone, Winston Garland, they got their big three. The Bucks, basically just Armin Gilliam. This is his third season in the league with Sidney Moncrief still. Sidney staying strong. And then, yeah, Marquise Johnson's here. Reggie Williams is here, third year in here. And they also got Larry Drew. We got the Bullets with Stockton, Benoit Benjamin, and Orlando Blackman. We got the Bulls with X-Man, Danny Manning, Ron Harper. They got themselves a solid big three. I'm not going to lie. They got a solid big three. The Cavs with John Bagley, basically. And I'm pretty sure this is like a... Yeah, so not a rookie growing rights. This is going to be his second season in the league. So they're doing all right. The Celtics, led by Larry Bird, Mark Jackson, who they picked 3 years ago. And, I mean, he's doing his thing. He's not the second best player. They also got Charles Oakley, Kevin McHale still here. We got the Clippers with Terry Porter and Walter Berry, and I believe that's Chris Morris. We got the Hawks, yeah, the Superstar Hawks with Len Bias, Dominique Wilkins, Andrew Tooney, Doc Rivers, and Sam Perkins, with Trey Rollins still sticking around. I'm pretty sure they are like, I want to say the last, okay, so they won the last 2 championships, but, or not the last 2, 2 years ago championships. I believe the current champion is Magic Johnson, I think. Yeah, current champions are Magic Johnson. So, that's pretty cool. The Heat with Chuck Parsons, Tim Hardaway, who is his second year? Yeah, this is going to be his second year. Dan Roundfield and Danny Ainge. We got the Hornets with Mitch Richmond, Larry Jordan, Bernard King, and Jerome Kersey. We got Muggsy Bogues here as well. We got Kenny Smith, Mark Price, and Adrian Dantley on the Jazz. The Kings got Ewing, Daughtry, Fat Lieber, Kevin Willis, Ricky Berry, and Sean Kemp. This is second season going in Sean Kemp. The Knicks are led by Jordan with Jack Sigma, Wayman Tisdale, Dennis Rodman. So they got their little thing going on. The Lakers, who just won the most recent championship with Magic and James Worthy still. The Magic with Junie Lewis, Oda Thorpe, and Kelly Tripucka. The Mavericks got Mark Aguirre, Alex English, Derek Coleman, Rob Williams, Ricky Pierce. The Nets have Joe Dumars, Reggie Miller, Gary Grant, Bill Cartwright, Joe Barry Killer, and Sean Elliott. Nuggets, look at his name. Ennis Wadley actually came to the Nuggets, so that's their starting point guard. He's actually been a really crazy point guard. But they got Kiki, Rick Smits. They're doing their thing. Pacers, I mean, mid. Pistons, yep, still not really doing anything crazy. I guess they do technically have a decent starting 5. So, I mean, hopefully the Pistons can do something. We have the Rockets with Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, Kevin Johnson, Orlando Woolridge, Mark Eaton. Yeah, that team's still crazy. We have the Spurs with Melvin Turpin, Manute Ball, and Drazen Petrovic. We got the Suns with D-Rob, Michael Cage, Scott Skiles, and Chris Mullin. We got the Sonics with Hakeem, Ralph Sampson, Michael Adams, Gerald Wilkins, and Gus Williams still. We got the Timberwolves with Horace Grant, Dino Raja. The Blazers with Scottie Pippen, Arvydas Sabonis. The Warriors with Sleepy Floyd and Purvis Short. So, Michael Jordan is technically the best player in the NBA. Michael Jordan, you know, he's had his career. I mean, he hasn't... Nothing too crazy. No crazy awards yet for MJ, but who knows? Maybe in the future. So let's get a look in at the Player of the Week awards. We got a lot of Jordans, couple Tim Hardaways. We even got some Reggie Millers, Isaiah Thomases, or some Mitch Richmond up there. In terms of Player of the Month, Isaiah Thomas took it for the first month of October, but then really it's been just a toss between anyone. Rookie of the Month has been between a lot of different players, actually. Other than in the East, has been Lionel and Antonio Davis. All-Stars, let's see, for the East, we got Jordan, Stockton, Len Bias, Dominique, Danny Manning, which I believe is his first All-Star. It's his first All-Star. We got Isaiah Thomas, Tim Hardaway with his first All-Star, Moses Malone, Xavier Daniel, he's been a 4-time All-Star, Armin Gilliam, he's been a 3-time All-Star, Glenn Rice, this is his first All-Star, and Deadlift and Clyde. We got Magic, Terry Porter, Karl Malone, Mark Aguirre, Hakeem, Alex English, Scott Skiles with his first All-Star appearance, David Robinson, Melvin Turpin, Patrick Ewing, Kiki Vandeweghe, Michael Adams, James Worthy. How many All-Stars have he made it? He made it to 4. He's been in the league 7 years. All right. We got Scottie Pippen, D. Brown. D. Brown's in the dunk contest. A.J. English and Reggie Williams. With 3-point, we got Stockton, who's probably not going to play. Reggie Miller, Andrew Tooney, Del Curry, Melvin Turpin, and Derek McKee. Other than that, the NBA standings, the Lakers are the best team in the West, with the Pistons being the best team in the East. And wow, okay, Isaiah Thomas, I guess, started going crazy. The Knicks, close second with Jordan behind him at a 99, and the Hawks behind them. Len Bias playing the 4, of course, at a 94. The worst teams is the Warriors in the West and the Bucks in the East. So it's a little bit crazy, actually. So Magic Johnson has won, this got to be like his 9th MVP, his 7th MVP. And how long has it been? We started, this is the 10 years, so 7th MVP in 10 years. Rookie of the Year is Lionel Simmons. John Williams, 6-man. Hakeem, yeah, he fully changed his name to Hakeem at this time. Depoy, so this is his 6th Defensive Player of the Year. Hakeem has really been there. In terms of, I guess, draft class-wise, Hakeem has definitely been the better from the 1984. I mean, I don't know, Tom Garrick and Martin Weber. We got Magic, Jordan, Len Bias, Karl Malone, and Hakeem. Let's really do this math real quick. So Jordan is 7-year pro, so he's a 6-time All-Star. He's made the All-NBA 7 times. He's made the All-Defense 7 times. But then when you look at Hakeem, he's made 6 All-Stars, 6 All-NBAs. He's gotten 6 first-team All-Defenses. He won Rookie of the Year, and he won Defensive Player of the Year 6 times. So really, Hakeem's looking like he's going to be the best, but who knows? The second team's got Tim Hardaway. Wow, Tim Hardaway actually made a second team. That's kind of crazy. I guess he made third team last year. Isaiah Thomas, Mark Aguirre, Melvin Turpin, and David Robinson. We got Scott Skiles, Terry Porter, Larry Bird, Danny Manning, Patrick Ewing, Jordan, Chris Morris, Len Bias, Karl Malone, Hakeem, and then Clyde Drexler, Jay Humphries, Mike Brooks, Danny Manning, David Robinson. The all-rookie first team, Derek Coleman, I guess really didn't have a pop-off like that. Yeah, only 9.5. Ooh, Gary Payton, what did you do? Gary Payton was alright. Mahmoud. I mean, Gary Payton was pick 8. Coleman was the first pick, and he's probably one of the worst rookies here. Yeah, that's crazy. We also got Kendall Gill, Tony Kukoc, Terry Mills, Nate McMullen, and Travis Mays. But then, while we're here, let's go ahead and look at season stats. So, points per game was Jordan. He's the leading scorer for this season. Hakeem is the leading rebounder. Magic is the leading assists. Jordan's leading in steals, tied with Len Bias, though. Benoit Benjamin leading in blocks, .1 above David Robinson. Tim Hardaway's leading in turnovers. Derek Coleman's leading in fouls. The best shooter in the league is Armin Gilliam. And the best three-point shooter is Del Curry. Not too bad. Not too bad. Any type of huge injuries. So Kiki's out. Donald Barros is out. Mark Price is out. So yeah, we got the Kings. We got Patrick Ewing versus Magic. We got the Scottie Pippen versus Hakeem. We got David Robinson versus Charles Barkley and Karl Malone. And we got the Jazz. Who's on the Jazz? Kenny Smith, Pearl Washington, Jeff Rowland, Adrian Dantley, Mike Brooks, J.R. Reed, Willie Anderson. Oh, they're pretty good. And the Nuggets, who don't have Kiki. So I'm assuming the Nuggets are going to lose that. We got the Charlotte Hornets against the first-seeded Pistons. I mean, in reality, I feel like the Pistons should win, but we got the Bulls versus Celtics. We got the Hawks versus Sixers, and the Knicks versus Pacers. So let's go see. The Celtics are the first team out, then the 76ers, then the Portland Trailblazers with Scottie Pippen, then the Pacers, then the Denver Nuggets, then the Sacramento Kings led by Patrick Ewing, then the Houston Rockets, Karl Malone and Charles Barkley are gone. So that's crazy. Wow. Hornets were out. We all knew that. So between the Pistons and Bulls, I'm assuming the Pistons are going to win, but I mean, they might not. Hopefully. I mean, I want to see Jordan succeed in something, but he's coming against a squad here in Atlanta. And hopefully someone can dethrone Magic, because Magic has been going crazy. And then, yeah. So, let's go see. The Suns are out. The Hawks are indeed out. The Supersonics are out. And the Pistons are out. Hakeem almost took the game, but he fell too short. So the Lakers have a free passage almost, basically guaranteed, to the championship again. And then Jordan beat out Len Bias in 7. He's also got John Starks on his team. But I'm guessing they made that trade because, oh, I guess he was just here. Okay. Jordan, he's averaging 28, 5, 7 with 2 steals a game for the playoffs. Let's see. Bulls and Jazz both take game 1. Bulls and Jazz both take game 2. Bulls take game 3, up 3-0 against Jordan. Lakers take game 4. And the New York Knicks, Jordan has been swept in the Eastern Conference Finals by players like Kendall Gill, Xavier McDaniel, Ron Harper, Danny Manning. Crazy. The Lakers are tied 2-2 here. They now lead 3-2. In a pivotal Game 6, the Lakers will beat the Jazz. So it is now Magic and his super squad with Del Curry, Terry Cummings, James Worthy, Michael Cooper against the Bulls, who got Ron Harper, Quentin Daly, Xavier McDaniel, Danny Manning, James Edwards, Mookie Blaylock, and Kendall Gill. It's actually a pretty even matchup. Lakers do take game 1. Lakers take game 2. Bulls take game 3. Bulls take game 4. Lakers take game 5. And a potential winning for the Lakers in game 6. Will they go ahead and win? Or will the Bulls push for a 7-game series? And the Bulls are going to push. They won by 5. They are going to make it a 7-game series. Whose home court is it? It's the Lakers' home court. So, will Chicago win their first ring in the simulation? Or will the Los Angeles Lakers take it? Let's see. Early lead for Chicago coming in. The end of the second quarter, start of the third. Chicago up 6. Lakers start to take it, but then they're going back and forth. Will we have a close game? Let's go jump in. Bulls up by 4 with 40 seconds left. Let's go see. It is Lakers ball. They are down by 4. Game 7, win or go home. Who are they going to give it to? They're going to give it to Magic. Magic driving in, passing to... Who's that? Michael Scott. He hits it. Don't matter. Bulls up by 2. Please don't go into the foul game. They go into the foul game. We're going to watch it anyways. But Ron Harper dribbling up. 30 seconds left. Takes a screen from Xavier McDaniel. Ron Harper passes it to Kendall Gill. Passes back to Ron Harper. Passes to Xavier McDaniel inside. Jumper. It's off. Lakers call a timeout. Have a chance to tie it or hit a 3 to win the game. What will the Lakers do? This is very interesting. This will be Magic's, I believe, 5th ring in 10 years so far. Or not 10 years, 7 years. Or has it been 8? Whatever. I think it's 5th. It will be his 5th ring if he wins in 8 years. Where it will be his loss. So, we got Michael. Is this Michael Scott or Byron Scott? I need to make sure. It's Byron Scott. I said Michael earlier. Well, that's Byron Scott. Byron Scott passes the Magic. Magic inside. He hits it. Magic ties the game. 2.8 seconds left. Chicago ball. Wow, Magic hit a clutch shot. Hey, Magic wants it. He wants it. So let's see. Can the Bulls do something with it? Can the Bulls hit a last second shot? We got Xavier McDaniel coming up. He's too far. He's going to have to shoot it. Xavier McDaniel. He hits it. He hits it. Xavier McDaniel hit the dagger to send the Lakers home, giving the Bulls their first championship since the simulation started. 8 years in, the Chicago, but why is Magic celebrating with them? Magic wants out of the Los Angeles area. He wants out. But Xavier McDaniel hitting a crazy 3 deep to send the game away. I know Magic is heated. Magic cannot believe what he just lost to. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chicago Bulls are your 1990-91 NBA championship. They did not need Jordan to do it. They just needed Xavier McDaniel. Xavier McDaniel leading them with 27, 10, and 6. Quentin Daly, 25, 7, 4, and 4. Xavier McDaniel will be your finals MVP. I'm almost certain. Yes, he is. Xavier McDaniel winning a ring. He averaged 21, 10, 3, 2, and 1. Shooting 61, 88, 43 from the field. The Bulls have dethroned the Lakers in 7 at their home. That is insane. Going into the retirements, we have World Be Free, George Gervin, Gus Williams. James Edward does retire with a ring. Trey Rollins is gone. Otis Birdsong, Marquise Johnson, Johnny Davis, Reggie Theus at the age of 33, which is kind of crazy. Alvin Adams is gone. Norm Nixon is gone. Walter Davis, Alan Levell, Clint Richardson, David Thompson, Robert Reed, Kyle Macy, James Bailey, Mark Eaton is gone. Armand Hill, Kevin Lotter, Jawan Oldham, Reggie Johnson, Mark Ivoroni. We got Mike Mitchell, Geoff Crumpton, Joe Kopicki, Paul Thompson, and I believe that is it. We had a fake, or no, there's still Bruce Kaczynski. We had a fake player somehow make his way onto the Lakers, and he lost without winning the ring. We got Mike Wilson, Carlos Clark, who was a rookie at the beginning of this sim. He only played 1 season for Boston, and he didn't even really play. We have Pace Manning, Raymond Erickson, Delano Poole, Sean, and actually that's it. So, Hall of Fame inductees, we do have George Gervin and Marquise Johnson. As far as jersey retirements go, we have Gus Williams, Walter Davis, Marquise Johnson, and George Gervin. That is crazy. We just watched a crazy ending. So, Let's see. Lottery-wise, Clippers are going to get pick 11. Timberwolves are going to get pick 10. The 9th pick is going to go to the Clippers from the New Jersey Nets. I bet you the Nets are wishing that they kept that right about now. The 8th pick is going to go to the Cavaliers. The 7th pick is going to go to the Orlando Magic. The 6th pick is going to go to the Dallas Mavericks. They did select Derek Coleman with the first pick, but Derek Coleman didn't really give them anything. The Miami Heat are going to get pick number 5. So the top 4 is going to be the Bullets, who they actually move up. The Bucks are now top 4. Bullets actually moved up to top 2. The Spurs moved to 3. So it's going to be Bullets and Pacers, or Warriors. So who gets first pick? It is going to be the Bullets. The Warriors land pick number 2. And that's crazy. So the first pick goes to the Bullets. You got any other really crazy things? Let's go see who the Bullets are going to draft with the first pick. They're going to be selecting Stacey Augmon out of UNLV. Okay. The Warriors are going to be selecting Dikembe Mutombo. I like that pick. I do like that pick. The Spurs are going to be selecting Larry Johnson. Probably the best player in the draft, but who knows? The Bucks are going to be trading their pick to, I believe that is the Bullets, for Orlando Blackman and Eddie Johnson. And they're going to be selecting Anthony Event. Let me get this straight. Okay, let's just get this straight. You have players like Richard Dumas there. You have players, I'm thinking only big men, because clearly they wanted big men. They got players like Luke Longley, who would give them a better chance. But they take Anthony Event. Alright, the Miami Heat are going to be selecting Steve Smith. I do like that pick for them. The Mavericks are going to be selecting Billy Owens to pair alongside Derek Coleman. The Magic are going to be selecting Paul Graham out of Ohio. The Cavaliers are going to be selecting Richard Dumas. Alright. The Clippers are going to be selecting Mark McCone. And then, pick number 10, the Timberwolves are going to be selecting... Oh, they are trading their pick. Timberwolves are trading the... The Timberwolves are trading their 10th pick for Dikembe Mutombo and a second-round pick for Earl Jones. Who are the Warriors going to take? Definitely not better than Dikembe Mutombo, but so be it. That is a little bit crazy. Dikembe was the original second overall pick to the Warriors. At an 82 overall, he actually was the best player in the draft, technically, but any surprises going late? Kenny Anderson went 20. I mean, that's a little bit of a surprise, but nothing too crazy. We do have... Basically, that's it. Yeah, basically, that's it. We do have Greg Anthony going in the second round. But that is wild. So, free agency, we're going to give it a couple days. We're going to go see who signed. So, David Robinson went back to the Suns. Scotty went back to the Blazers. Mark Jackson went back to the Celtics. Kenny Smith went back to the Jazz. Sleepy Floyd left the Warriors to go join the Charlotte Hornets. Purvis Short went back to the Warriors. Darren McKee stayed with the Nuggets. Darius Winston Garland, my bad, stayed with the Sixers. Reggie Lewis has stayed with the Pistons. And wow, Ralph Sampson has left the Sonics to join the Nets, along with Joe Barry Carroll. Armin Gilliam went back to the Bucks. Jeff Hornacek went back to the Sonics. Darnell Valentine went back to Washington. And Clark Kellogg has left Minnesota to join the Orlando Magic. Kelly Tripucka has left the Magic, because I guess he got traded from Detroit to join the Timberwolves. Quentin Daly, he's going back to the Bulls. Dan Roundfield also left the Heat. Cliff Robinson went back to the Philly. Kevin Willis went back to the Kings. As far as best players left, we still got Larry Jordan, Reggie Miller, Kevin Johnson, and his Watley Horace Grant here. So let's give it another couple days, and let's go see if any of them signed anywhere. No, they did not. Let's go give it a couple more days, and they still have not decided. So let's go see. Did they go back? So Hornets signed Kevin Johnson. It's going to be interesting. Magic signed Michael Williams. The Heat have signed Reggie Miller to a one-year deal. Timberwolves signed John Starks from, I believe, the Knicks. Hornets re-signed Muggsy Bogues for a one-year deal. Crazy. They let Reggie Miller and Kevin Johnson go. So who is now on the Hornets? So Kevin Johnson left the Houston Rockets to join Sleepy Floyd and Mitch Richmond. It's a little bit of an interesting thing. Don't know why he would fully do that, but yeah. And then the Miami Heat picked up Reggie Miller, which is a pretty big pickup for Tim Hardaway and Chuck Persons. So that's going to be interesting to watch. I'm going to see y'all in the next season. Going into the next eras, we basically got the 1990s. Here are some of the things we can look forward to. The G League will be introduced in 2001. The Raptors and Grizzlies will join the league in 1995. And yeah, so we are in the 1991 to 92 season. That meaning the next draft. Who will land? Shaquille O'Neal. Could it be like the Knicks? The Knicks need a weapon. Jordan needs help. We also got players like Alonzo Mourning, Tom Gugliotta, Christian Laettner, LaFonso Ellis, Jim Jackson, Walt Williams, Clarence Witherspoon, Todd Day, Tim Burrows, Sean Rooks, Anthony Peeler. We got Big Shot Bob, Robert Horry, Latrell Sprewell, Malik Sealy, and tons of other people. Harold Miner, who was supposed to be the next Jordan, but ended up not being that. As far as big team changes, nothing really too crazy. Orlando Blackman did leave the Bullets to join the Bucks. The Bullets did draft, of course, Anthony Event and Stacey Augmon. The Bulls are their current champion holders, with Xavier McDaniel leading the way. Other than that, nothing too crazy. Charles Oakley is still here. Stacey King is the center. We got Terry Porter still here. They actually drafted Ronnie Cycli is just getting better. The Hawks still here. Heat looking pretty good. Hornets, surprisingly, looking pretty good. Mark Price on the Jazz. He's leading them. Still the Kings. Still got Jack Sikma over here with Dennis Rodman, Wayman Tisdale, Tom Garrick, and Jordan. So maybe Jordan can do something. But yeah, it's pretty much it. All the player of the weeks here. Pretty typical names. Player of the month. Pretty typical names. Rookie of the month, Anthony Event. Started taking a lot of it. So, maybe he does his thing. In terms of NBA standings, the Sixers are now the best team in the East. Right behind is the Hawks and Magic. And the Lakers are, of course, the best team in the West, followed by the Rockets and the Sonics. Falling off. Hakeem cannot carry his Rockets. He's actually losing overall. Wow. That's kind of crazy. League leaders we'll look at now. We got Karl Malone tied with Jordan with scoring. We got Hakeem rebounding, Magic with assists, Gary Payton with steals, Benoit Benjamin with blocks. Turnovers is Gary Payton as well. Fouls, J.R. Reed We got Dominique Wilkins as the best shooter in the league, technically, or most efficient from the field. And we got Mark Akers shooting the best, with Kenny Smith and Hornacek right behind him. So let's go ahead and see who's gonna win. Karl Malone does take an MVP, and I do believe this is like his second MVP. It is his second MVP. We got Anthony Event Rookie of the Year, Billy Owens Sixth Man of the Year, Hakeem his 7th DPOY, Cedric Ceballos, and Elton Sanders. This is the NBA first team. This is the NBA second team. The All-NBA third team. We got the defensive first team, defensive second team, and the rookie first team, and the rookie second team. These are the playoff matchups. So we got Lakers versus Timberwolves, Kings versus Blazers, Suns versus Clippers, Rockets versus Jazz. We got 76ers versus Hornets, Magic versus Knicks, Celtics versus Pistons, and Hawks versus Bulls. So first round, we got the Blazers with Scotty out. We got the Bulls, the previous champions, out to the Hawks. Phoenix Suns are gone. The Jazz are gone. The Pistons are gone. Jordan is gone. So that's interesting. Jordan fell to Junie Lewis. Yeah, crazy. What happened in this last game? Junie Lewis with 19 and 12 with 5 too. Clark Kellogg 18, 5 and 6. Oh yeah, they was on one. I'm not gonna lie. See, Jordan, he's not been Jordan. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. He's not been Jordan. We got Philly versus Orlando, so on. The Rockets are now gone. The Lakers fell and the Celtics fell. So the Clippers with Terry Porter, Chris Morris, Mark McCann, Cedric Ceballos, Walter Berry, they beat the Rockets, who've had no success other than Karl Malone winning 2 MVPs. I mean, that's crazy. Oh, it looks like Charles Barkley was injured. And then the Kings have dethroned the Lakers. Patrick Ewing, Brad Daughtry finally kicking off. So we got the Kings versus Lakers. Kings got Fat Lever, Ricky Berry, Phil Hubbard, Sean Kemp is starting, Patrick Ewing, and Brad Daughtry as a 6-man with Kevin Willis, Sam Mitchell, Terrell Brandon. Oh yeah, they're my favorites to go. In here we got the 76ers led by Clyde. Still got Moses, still got Winston as the 6-man. Vern Fleming, Rodney McCray, Cliff Robinson's there. Ramil and Hot Rod with Derek Smith. They got a lot of 80s. And then, of course, we got the Atlanta Hawks with Doc Rivers, Andrew Tooney, Dominique Wilkins, Len Bias, Bill Cartwright, Ronnie Cycli, who they traded for. Traded from the Clippers. Wow. Okay. And then, yeah, so, let's see. The Clippers have been eliminated, and the 76ers have also been eliminated. So, we got the 2-time champ Hawks against the Kings trying to get a piece. Game 1 goes to the Kings. Game 2 also goes to the Kings. Game 3 goes to the Hawks. Game 4 goes to the Kings. And a potential elimination game for the Hawks. Game 5. Can the Kings secure their first ring? And it's going to look like it, but don't count them out too soon. We got 1 minute 40 left. The Kings up by 5. So let's go make sure we are in this game. Patrick Ewing is at the line. He's got 26 points so far. Patrick Ewing, can you ice these free throws? Will these be the game icing free throws, or will the Hawks have something to say? Patrick Ewing does hit the first one. The Hawks, I got hopes for y'all. I want to see Len Bias go crazy, and Patrick Ewing for his 28th point. He does hit that. We got Doc Rivers, who did get injured. I don't know whether it was this series. Well, I don't know if it was part of this series or this game or someone, but he's going to give it down to Bill Cartwright on Patrick Ewing. Bill Cartwright over Patrick Ewing. It's off. Patrick Ewing gives the board to Fat Lever. the Hawks are throwing, but they have won 2 championships already, so it's not really surprising. We do also have now a turnover from the Kings. Or no, they scored. They scored. Or did they? I don't know. Wasn't really paying attention there. But now I am. Bill Cartwright in the post. Took a stupid shot over Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing is going to go ahead and sink that. Fat Lieber dribbling. He's going to take it to the side. Right side. Passing to Sean Kemp. Who passes to Ricky Berry. Passes it to Patrick Ewing. Gives it to Ricky Berry. Ricky Berry pull up mid-range. Bang! He hits it. They now lead by 9. Atlanta is in shambles. They're falling. But I guess they've had their fame. Lob. Oh, Cartwright recovers, gets it, and he puts it in. They are now down by 7 with 30 seconds left. Fat Lieber, why did you stop? Okay, Fat Lieber just looks like he's going to try to hold the ball. And it looks like the Kings are going to do it. The Kings are going to put the Atlanta Hawks to bed. Patrick Ewing, little hook shot. That's a bang. I think it's safe to say the Sacramento Kings are your 1991-92 NBA champions. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Hawks, in fact, could not hang. I'm assuming Patrick Ewing is pretty ecstatic for winning his ring. You also got Brad Daughtry over there, Sean Kemp. So that is pretty good. Patrick Ewing does win Finals MVP. Let's look at the scoreboards. You got Patrick Ewing with 37-2. Ricky Berry with 22-3-5. Brad Daughtry 17-10-3. Sean Kemp 13-6-3. Even Fat Lieber playing all 42 minutes of that game, having 8-2-12. Dominique 30-5. Len Bias 23-2-9. Did any of them foul out? Yeah, Dominique and Len Bias fouled out, and Ronnie Cycli just wasn't meant for them to be. So that's crazy, though. That is a huge dub for the Sacramento Kings. Patrick Ewing is your Finals MVP. Insane player retirements. Say goodbye to Cedric Maxwell, John Long, Dave Greenwood, Lonnie Shelton, George Johnson, Steve Johnson, Jerry Sitching, Frankie Johnson, Mike Woods, Quentin Buckner, Clement Johnson, Butch Carter, Paul McKeskey, Jeff Cook, Kelvin Ramsey, James Donaldson. We got Edgar Jones. We got Kenny Dennard, Rick Carlisle, Billy McKinney, Roger Fegley, Jim Spinarkle, Charles Pittman, Larry. I don't know how to fully say his last name, so I'm not going to say it. Dave Baton. We got Scooter McRae, Eugene Turner, and that looks about it. We also got Rolando Powell over here, Oliver Wilkes, Willis. These guys who basically, I don't think never played on the team, but they were real players, and they didn't get to play. League meetings, we're not caring about too much. Draft lottery, we're just going to skip it this time. The Cavs do secure the first pick, with Warriors in second, Spurs in third. We got the Bucks, Nuggets, and Nets and Heat with the Bullets at 8. We also got the Pacers via the Mavericks at 9. So they got pick 9 and 10. That's going to be interesting. But we all know what it is. In the first pick in the 1992 NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to select Shaquille O'Neal out of LSU. The Warriors are going to be selecting Tom Gugliotta. The Spurs selected Alonzo Mourning. The Bucks are going to be selecting LaFonso Ellis. I mean, that's pretty good. The Nuggets are going to be selecting Latrell Sprewell. The New Jersey Nets are going to be trading their pick. They're trading pick 6 for Kevin Gamble and Blair Robinson to the Clippers. The Clippers are going to be selecting Tim Burrows. Okay. The Heat are going to be selecting Todd Day. The Bullets with John Stockton don't go bad. They take Walt Williams. That is not that bad. Big pickup. Pacers with pick number 9. They're going to be selecting Christian Laettner, who went 3rd in real life, but somehow fell to 9. And they're also going to be taking Sean Rooks at 10. The Sonics are going to be selecting Jim Jackson, and we're just going to watch the Bulls select somebody at 12. They're going to be selecting Doug Christie. Oop. Let's see if we missed out on anyone else really going. We got Malik Sealy to the Timberwolves, Harold Miner to the Jazz, Robert Horry to the Heat. We got David Wesley to the Blazers. We got... It's really it. Other than that, P.J. Brown falling to the 2nd round to the Warriors, who also selected Tom Gugliotta. We got Mark Price's brother Brent going to the 4th round, or the 2nd round, 4th pick. And yeah, that's basically it. Nothing too crazy happening there. So let's simulate a bit of free agency. Perfect. So Mitch Richmond went back to the Hornets. Rod Strickland went back to the Warriors. Xavier McDaniel back to the Bulls. Fat Lieber back to the Kings. Danny Manning back to the Bulls. Rick Smith back to the Nuggets. We got Gary Grant back to the Nets. We got Chris Morris back to the Clippers. Ricky Berry back to the Kings. Do we have any huge players here? We got Reggie Miller, Larry Jordan, Hersey Hawkins, Kevin Johnson, Detlef Schrempf, John Starks is down there. But no crazy one. Actually, Jack Sikma technically left Jordan to go to the Rockets. Moses Malone went back to the Sixers. Sidney Moncrief went back to the Bucks. Wow, Andrew Tooney has left the Atlanta Hawks to go join the Indiana Pacers. Charles Barkley has actually signed with the Minnesota Timberwolves. So he was injured. He left the Rockets with Karl Malone to go play with the Timberwolves. Alright, well, I guess get that bag, Chuck. That's so crazy. But I'm gonna see y'all in the next season. Actually, first off, let me just simulate the rest. So that way, just in case. Timberwolves re-signed John Starks. Hornets picked up Michael Williams. Heat picked up Kevin Johnson. Timberwolves picked up Reggie Miller. So Reggie Miller and Charles Barkley are getting ready to play in the Timberwolves together. So that's pretty good. I'm going to see y'all for the next C3 draft, featuring players like Chris Webber, Nick Van Exel, Sean Bradley, Penny Hardaway, Jamal Mashburn, Isaiah Ryder, Allen Houston, and much more. It's time to go see what teams we're looking at. So first off, we got the 76ers looking the same. Moses Malone is getting older, but he had his time to really shine, and he definitely did that. Next up, the Bucks, who are now led by Orlando Blackman, with Sidney Moncrief right behind him. They also got Vlade Divac starting to come up. Armin Gilliam still there. The Bullets with Stockton, Benoit Benjamin, Stacey Augmon, they're still there. The Bulls, their team's still kind of not gonna lie, but you know, so be it. We got the Cavs with Nick Anderson, Glenn Rice, and Shaquille O'Neal now. So this is gonna be a team to look out for in the future. We got the Celtics with still Larry Bird out of 90, but he's 35. Got Mark Jackson and Charles Oakley still there with Stacey King, Kevin Edwards, and Kevin McHale. Clippers, they're still there. The Hawks, they did lose Andrew Tooney, but they still got a really solid squad. We got Tim Hardaway with the Heat, with Robert Horry, and yeah, got Chuck Parsons, Kevin Johnson, Steve Smith, Danny Ainge. They're still doing their thing. The Hornets, who now have Mitch Richmond still, Sleepy Floyd, Michael Williams, Terry Mills, Jerome Kersey, who's been here since his Cleveland days. Purvis Ellison's been here. We got the Jazz. We got the Kings, the most recent NBA champions. We got the Knicks with Jordan still struggling. We got Magic Johnson. He's still leading the stacked Lakers. We got Junie Lewis, and that's crazy. Magic is 33, and it's still so much better than Larry Bird in this sense, but I guess that's cool, you know. We got the Orlando Magic with Junie Lewis, Hershey Hawkins, and Michael Cage, who actually left the Suns. Okay. The Mavericks with Mark Aguirre and Alex English. Alex English at 87 at 38 years old. Derek Coleman's still here. Nets with Joe Dumars, Sean Elliott, Gary Grant, Ralph Sampson. The Nuggets was still led by Kiki and Rick Smits with Derek McKee. We still got the Pacers now with Andrew Tooney. So, don't know why he left the Hawks, but so be it. They also drafted Christian Laettner. We got the Pistons with Reggie Lewis still, who's getting better. Isaiah Thomas, Detlef Schrempf, Dan Roundfield, who's getting close to retirement, probably this year. They also got Michael Cooper, actually. He got traded to Detroit last season. The Rockets with Carmelo, Orlando Woolridge, Jack Sigma with Terrence Stansbury or Doug West. And who's their one? Technically Darrell Walker, so I'm hoping they're going to play Stansbury at their one. But we got the Spurs with Turpin, Bowl, Petrovic, and Tony Kukoc with Larry Johnson. So that's actually a pretty crazy lineup. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with Larry Johnson. They could run him at the 3. Like, technically he's not really better at the 3, but I'm not going to change that. And they also got Alonzo Mourning. So that's interesting. They got 2 backup bigs for their already good backup or bigs. The Suns, they did lose Michael Cage, but they still got the Admiral, Scott Skiles, and Chris Mullin. Hakeem, who's an 87, is leading the Sonics still. We got Gary Payton, Reggie Miller, Dino Raja, and Dikembe, and John Starks, and Charles Barkley over here for the Timberwolves. We got Scottie Pippen, Arturas Sabonis. We got Rod Strickland, Purvis Short, Tom Gugliotta for the Warriors. Typical season player of the week awards. You got a few players making some strides, such as Shaq taking one. Player of the month, of course, Isaiah Thomas, he's doing his thing, and then Shaq, Christian Laettner, Lonzo Mourning, they're doing theirs. As far as standings go, the Timberwolves with Gary Payton, John Starks, Ken Norman, Charles Barkley, and Dikembe Mutombo, with Reggie off the bench, Dino and Buck Williams are now the best team in the West. With actually, where's the Lakers? Oh, they're right behind them. With the 76ers. With they picked up Larry Jordan. Okay. With Derek Smith, Tyrone Corbin, Hot Rod, Moses Malone, Winston, Stanley Roberts, Ramil Robinson, Clifford Robinson. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. But Pacers, they're getting up there. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's all you can really see there. Magic wins what is this, his 8th MVP? His 8th MVP. This man Magic is going crazy. 8th MVP. Shaq does take home Rookie of the Year. Reggie Miller is your 6th Man of the Year. Hakeem is your DPOY defensive player for his 8th time. Yep, 8 times, which is also crazy. He's averaging 21, 12, 3, 1, and 2. We got Billy Owens as Most Improved, Billy Cunningham's Coach of the Year, and Thomas Cunningham as Executive of the Year. We got Magic, Jordan, Karl Malone, Dominique, and Hakeem. For NBA first team, All NBA second team is Michael Adams, Isaiah Thomas, Danny Manning, Melvin Turpin, and D-Rob. All NBA third team is Billy Owens, John Stockton, John Williams, Mark Aguirre, and Shaquille O'Neal. All defensive first team is Michael Jordan, Billy Owens, Mike Brooks, Derek McKee, Hakeem Olajuwon. We also got Clyde Drexler, Chris Morris, Danny Manning, Sean Kemp, and David Robinson for all defensive teams. All rookie first team, we got Shaq, Laettner, Mourning, Jackson, and Burroughs. We also got Sasha Denilovic, Sylvester Gray, Oliver Miller, Walt Williams, and Tom Gugliotta. So, going into Season stats, we got Jordan leading the league in scoring. We got Hakeem leading in rebounding. Magic leading in assists. Michael Jordan leading in steals. David Robinson leading in blocks. We got Michael Jordan leading in turnovers. Reggie Lewis leading in fouls. The best efficient player from shooting is Clyde Drexler at 62. And the best three-point player or shooter is Hersey Hawkins. So we got the 8-seeded Hawks. So wow, Len Bias has fallen tremendously. Let's see what he's doing. He is a 96 overall. Okay. I mean, then again, he still won. We all know the real life. He sadly passed away on his draft night. But he's still got a pretty solid team. But I don't know if it's enough to beat the 76ers. So let's simulate the first round and see all who gets out. So the 76ers have been eliminated. The Mavericks are gone. The Celtics are gone. The Suns are gone. The Clippers are gone. The Pistons are gone. And the Lakers are gone. So just like last season, the Kings do get rid of Magic. But what's surprising to me is the first seeded 76ers fell to Len Bias, who's now averaging 27, 6, 6, 2, and 1, or almost 2 a game. That's crazy. Len Bias is up there. He's probably going to go down as one of the greatest. He is about to be facing Michael Jordan with Dennis Rodman, Willie Burton, and Tom Garrick, with Downer Barrows, Wayman Tisdale. So that's going to be an interesting matchup to see over there. The Timberwolves are going to be facing off against Michael Adams, Jim Jackson, Gerald Wilkins, and Hakeem, with Jeff Hornacek, Sylvester Gray, and Alden Campbell. The Rockets are going to be facing the Fat Lever / Patrick Ewing led Kings, with Sean Kemp, Ricky Berry, Alfred Hughes, and Brad Daughtry. Still got Kevin Willis there. Rockets, I don't think they're going to pass. It looks like Karl Malone is injured, so yeah, he is. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see what they do with Karl Malone out. And then we got the Pacers versus Bulls. Pacers got a pretty good team, but the Bulls, you know, they got a squad of their own. Simulate round, the Hawks have been swept by Jordan. The Rockets are out in 6. The Sonics are out in 6. And the Bulls win in 7. So we have the first seeded Timberwolves against the Sacramento Kings, previous champions. And we have the Knicks led by MJ with and against the Bulls, who've won one without MJ, with Xavier McDaniel, Danny Manning leading the charge. So we simulate the first game. Wolves and Knicks take both game 1. The Wolves take game 2, but the Bulls take game 2 in there. Wolves take game 3, and the Knicks take game 3. And the Bulls take game 4, and the Kings take game 4. Kings take game 5, Knicks take game 5. Kings lose in 6, and the Bulls have brought it to a game 7. Win or go home. Can Jordan make it to his first playoff appearance, or will he lose to his team from another life? And it looks like they're holding on to it. And yep, Jordan will be moving on to the NBA Finals against Gary Payton, Charles Barkley, Dikembe Mutombo, Reggie Miller, John Starks, who was Jordan's previous player. They also got Dino. Jordan, he's got Tom Garrick again, Michael Jordan, Willie Burton, Dennis Rodman, Mark Nakamura, Dana Barrows, Wayman Tisdale. We got Dale Ellis right there. We also got Tellis Frank. So game 1 is going to go to the Timberwolves. Game 2 to the Knicks. Game 3 to the Knicks. Game 4 to the Knicks. And can Jordan do it? Can Jordan win his first ring? Or will the Timberwolves push it to game 5? It's looking like a pretty close one here. We got 20 seconds left. Should have stopped it a little bit sooner, but 20 seconds left. The Timberwolves are up by 1 point. It is Timberwolves ball, so expect a foul to happen. But they are up by 1. So let's go. Let's see who they're going to pass it to. They are going to give it to Dikembe Mutombo for free throws. This could be the next chance to take home their first championship in Minnesota. Will they be able to do it? Let's see. They're going to foul. Oh, they had 2 fouls to give. Okay, so they're going to foul Gary Payton this time. So Gary Payton's probably going to sink both. See, there's one. The Timberwolves are now up by 2. And then, let's see, Gary Payton. Can you hit the second one? Gary Payton does. Puts the Minnesota Timberwolves up by 3. New York Knicks ball. 21.5 seconds left. Where is Jordan in all this? I got to see where Jordan is. Jordan is currently fouled out. So in a potential game-winning shot, we would not be seeing Jordan take it. So will they be able to, let's see, this is Dennis Rodman, so let's see who he's going to give the ball to. Dennis Rodman is going to pass in to Tom Garrick. Tom Garrick's going to be taking it to the right, passing it to D-Rob, giving it to Dana Barros. Dana Barros got a screen for 3. He misses, and that's probably going to do it. We're going to head and get out of here. We're going to watch it like this, but I'm pretty sure Charles Barkley's going to nail both of them. He does. Tom Garrett comes down, passes to Rodman to Willie Burton. He shoots a 3 and misses. Yep, that's going to do it. The Wolves are going to hang on. Reggie Miller, 29. Barkley, 14 and 14. Jordan, you can't foul out, dude. You just can't do that. You foul out, and look what happens. Jordan, man. Alright. Potential Game 7, or will the Knicks take it? We're trying to see Jordan hoop, but he seems to be fouled out every time. Let's see. So, it is going to be Jordan taking home the championship. Michael Jordan is your finals MVP. It took him about 9 years to get his first championship, and do wanna check that. It did take Jordan, 9 years to win his first finals MVP and championship. Congratulations, Michael Jordan. As far as player retirements go, we're going to be saying bye to Moses Malone, Jordan's old teammate Bernard King, Jordan's old teammate Jack Sikma, Terry Tyler, Wayne Cooper, Vinnie Johnson, Bill Willoughby, Rick Mahorn, Rory Sparrow, Eddie Johnson, Gene Banks, Greg Kessler, Mark Nakamura, Reggie King, Jerome Whitehead, Daryl Griffith, Bill Hanslick, Lester Connor, Trent Tucker, Ricky Brown, Michael Corrin, Rick Roby, Ray Tolbert, Hank McDowell, Kurt Nymphius, Mitchell Wiggins, Johnny Hyde, Charles Bradley. We got Clay Johnson, Bob Hansen, Tracy Jackson, Chris Angler, Ben Scott, Enrique Mendez. Who is that? But, seems to be all the real players. I mean, of course, some of these guys were real players. It's just they never got to have a chance to be on the team. But we're mainly saying goodbye to Moses, Bernard King, and Jack Sikma. Hall of Fame inductees will be Moses Malone and Jack Sikma. It's kind of crazy. Moses is 38, Jack Sikma's 37. So, Moses Malone, he did receive 3 MVPs, 13 All-Stars, 1 D-Boy. He was a 2-time champion and 2-time Finals MVP. Jack Sikma just really got to be an All-Star, but he was a 1-time champion on the 79 Thunder, I believe, or Sonics. Jersey retirements will be Moses Malone on the Rockets and 76ers, and then Jack Sikma. Draft lottery. The first pick is going to go to the Nets, who traded with the Warriors, and they got the first and second pick. That's kind of crazy. Bullets are in third. So let's go see who gets drafted. With the first pick, the New Jersey Nets are going to be selecting Chris Webber. And with the second pick, they're going to be selecting Penny Hardaway. Okay, the Nets probably just became my favorite team. They drafted Chris Webber and Penny Hardaway. The Nets did not mess up. The Bullets are going to be selecting Vin Baker. Yep, y'all sold. There's still like 2 more really good players. Isaiah Ryder goes 4th to the Nuggets. 5th is going to be the Heat, who pick up Nick Van Exel. And that's all we're going to watch from here. That's crazy. George Mirasan went 6th. Sean Bradley went 8th. Jamal Mashburn went 9th. That's crazy, crazy, crazy. Bruce Bowen went 20 to the Celtics. Back up for Larry Bird, I guess, now. See anyone crazy go into the second round? No. But the Nets are going to be a team to look forward to watching in the near future. They could even win it all soon, but let's go into free agency, simulate a few days in. Alright, so let's see. So Tim Hardaway has gone back to the Heat. Terry Porter has gone back to the Clippers. Michael Adams gone back to the Sonics. Junior Lewis back to the Magics. Benoit Benjamin has left the Bulls to join the current champions, the Knicks. Sean Elliott has gone back to the Nets. Glenn Rice back to the Cavs. Nick Anderson back to the Cavs. Larry Jordan has now joined the Rockets after playing 1 season in Washington and 1 season in Philly. Scott Skiles has left or went back to the Suns. Reggie Miller went back to the Timberwolves. Sean Kemp went back to the Kings. Stacey King went back to the Celtics. I'm pretty sure Drazen has left. No, he's joined the Spurs still. Okay, I thought he was off. Dino, he's gone back to Minnesota. Bobo has left the Spurs to join the... Or, I said Bobo. Manute Ball has left the Spurs to join the Rockets. Ralph Sampson has rejoined the Nets. Del Curry has left the Lakers to join the Pistons. Wayman Tisdale has gone back to the Knicks. Any crazy players still left? Just really Blue Edwards and Dana Barros with Kevin Johnson. So I'm going to see y'all for the final season of today's video. We're going to be going into the 1993 to 94. We're just going to be looking at who gets drafted and so on. And yeah, we're getting into the good draft classes. Glenn Robinson, Grant Hill. We also got Jason Kidd, Jalen Rose, and a lot of other really good players. Just the 1994 draft class. As far as team goes, let's go ahead and look at teams. 76ers, basically still the same. They just lost Moses Malone because he retired. Bucks, still here, still doing the same. Bullets, they drafted Vin Baker, so they did get another big who's going to be pretty good for them. Bulls, still pretty good. The Cavs with still Antonio Davis now, actually. He's getting up there. But Glenn Rice, Nick Anderson still, and older John Bagley. Of course, led by Shaq. We got Larry Bird, Mark Jackson, still over here in the Celtics. They haven't done anything in this simulation. Larry Bird especially. The Clippers, still looking pretty nice. The Hawks, still looking pretty good. Dominique's getting there in age, so is Doc Rivers. But they're still led by Len Bias. We got the Heat, still doing their thing. We got the Hornets, still doing theirs. The Jazz, still kind of just mid. They've had the same team basically the whole time. They did draft a Sean Bradley, though. The Kings, who did win a ring 2 years ago. They're still here, still basically the same core team. Got the Knicks, freshly champions, led by Jordan. We got the Magic-led Lakers, still doing their thing. Magic's won crazy stats. I mean, 6-time champion, 8-time MVP, 13-time All-Star, made All-NBA at least 12 times, Finals MVP 6. Like, he's going pretty crazy. So, you can't be mad at that. You got the Magic, you got the Mavericks, you got the Nets, who the Nets are going to be looking insane. They have Joe Dumars at their shooting guard, Sean Elliott at small forward, Chris Webber at point or power forward, Ralph Sampson at center, and they could start Penny Hardaway. They could start Gary Grant. But either way, the Nets are looking scary. We got the Nuggets. We got the Indiana Pacers. We got the Detroit Pistons. We got the Houston Rockets with Karl Malone still being gone for 2 to 4 months. So the best players being Manute Ball. But they do have, Larry Jordan and Rick Fox. We got Melvin Turpin, Larry Johnson, Alonzo Mourning, Tony Kukoc, Jamal Mashburn, who they drafted, and Drazen Petrovic. We got D-Rob and his sons, just with Scott Skiles, Chris Mullin. Chris Mullin hasn't really done anything too crazy, which is weird, but, we still got the Sonics led by Hakeem, who's basically won Defensive Player of the Year every year except for one, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so he's been pro for 9, has won it 8 times. Got Michael Adams, Jim Jackson, the Timberwolves, who were just in the finals but couldn't get it done. Get Gary Payton, Charles Barkley, Reggie Miller, Dikembe, Dino Raja, and John Starks. We got the D. Brown, Scottie Pippen, Arvinas Sabonis Trailblazers. And then we got the Rod Strickland, Purvis Short, Tom Gugliotta, Warriors. Alright, so typical player of the weeks, player of the month, and rookie of the month. We got Chris Webber basically in. Honestly, we can take a look at the award races. Len Bias is leading for MVP right now. Magic's not even in the top 5. Crazy. Chris Webber is leading for Rookie of the Year. Billy Owens is leading for 6 man. And Len Bias is also leading. He's at a 99? Wait, what did I miss? Whoa. Okay. Alright. And most improved is going to go to Stanley Roberts. And Kia Clutch Player has also been added. So we're probably going to see Hakeem win that. Hakeem is also doing his thing. He's at a 96. So that's pretty crazy. What have I missed? Let's go look at all players. Jordan is still leading at a 99. Len at a 99. David Robinson at a 98. Stockton at a 96. Magic at a 96. Keem at 96. And you got Ewing, Drexler, Mark Aguirre, Karl Malone, Isaiah Thomas, Melvin Turpin, Scottie Pippen's up to a 92. Okay, that's kind of crazy. All-Stars. Let's see, we got John Stockton, Isaiah Thomas, Len Bias, Danny Manning, Shaq. I believe this is his first time being an All-Star. Nope, he got it last year. Okay. Clyde, Jordan, Daniel, Vlade, Dominique, Terry Mills, who this is his first time All-Star. Muhammad Abdul-Rauf, first time All-Star. And Stanley Roberts, who's first time All-Star. So he's playing so good, he got an All-Star. We got Magic, Gary Payton, David Hakeem, Pat Ewing, Rod Strickland, Reggie Miller. This is his first time All-Star. Mark Aguirre, Melvin Turpin, Scottie Pippen, Charles Barkley. This is the third All-Star. Scottie has his third All-Star. Mark Price and Arvinas Sabonis. We got D. Brown, Willie Burton, Terry Mills, Harold Miner. We got John Stockton, Reggie Miller, Derek McKee, Andrew Tooney, Mahmoud, and Kenny Smith. And because this is the last decade for this video, which Len Bias does end up winning MVP with 28, 7, 8, 2.3 blocks, and 1.9 steals, shooting 59, 97, 52. We have Chris Webber with Rookie of the Year, Billy Owens 6 man, Len Bias Depoy, Stanley Roberts Most Improved, Coach of the Year, Executive of the Year. So yep, here's All NBA First Team. John Stockton making it over Jordan. Jordan is, in fact, on the NBA second team, so that's a little bit crazy. John Stockton made it. He's averaging 24, 3, 8, 2, and 1. Michael Adams, Melvin Turpin, Chris Webber as a rookie, and Hakeem. And All-NBA third team, Isaiah Thomas, Rod Strickland, Danny Manning, Mark Aguirre, and Patrick Ewing. We got Stockton, Len Bias, Jordan, Pippen, and Hakeem on the first team. And Clyde, Billy Owens, Chris Webber, Danny Manning, and David Robinson on the second. We also got Chris Webber, Vin Baker, Penny Hardaway, Calbert Cheney, Chris Corachani on the rookie teams, with Isaiah Ryder, Jamal Mashburn, Nick Van Exel, Chris Mills, and Allen Houston. So that is pretty good. So, league leaders. What am I doing? All right, so we got Len Bias leading in points, David Robinson leading in rebounding, Gary Payton leading in assists, Gary Payton also leading in steals, Alonzo Mourning leading in blocks, Mark Price in turnovers. We got Reggie Lewis in fouls. Most efficient shooter is Cedric Ceballos, and best three-point shooter is Jeff Hornacek, with Len Bias closely following. And since this is the last season, for us, we're going to look at the league history. So, first off, anyone sticks out with points right now. These are going to be, of course, just a... Let's go to this. Let's just go game for... Yeah, let's just go first season right now. Jordan did make it onto the 5th with field goal made. Points, no one's cracked 73 yet. Three-pointers, all new players. All currently, why we've done this him. The most, or actually, no, John Roche, actually, still the leader. So is Rick Barry. He's still in here, but we did watch Reggie Miller on the December 30th drop 7, Andrew Tooney in 1992 on 18th drop 8, and we watched Melvin Turpin as a big man. Soon, as far as free throws made, Larry Bird has made it up there, and that's the only new one. Rebounds, no one has made it up there. Assists, no one has made it up there at all. Actually, Fat Lever has with 25 in a single game. Blocks, we've watched Mark Eaton with 13. Or no, that was it 83 to 84? It might have been. We might have watched Mark Eaton. I'm not too sure, though. Steals, we did not watch anyone do that. Minutes, no one. And turnovers, Fat Lever, we've watched get up there. Ron Harper, we've watched get up there. So, let's look at for seasons. No new players up there in points. No new players for field goals. Of course, Reggie Miller has been making it all the time. Melvin Turpin has. Mark Jackson has. And Derek McKee has. Free throws. Moses Malone got up there in 1986. So that's pretty good for him. Rebounds. Nobody's beating Bill or Wilt. Assists. Magic got up there. We got Magic a lot of times since. We got Stockton one season. Ennis Watley one season. Magic this season, I'm pretty sure. Blocks. No one knew. And then steals. No one knew unless they're counting this as 83 to 84. Which I'm pretty sure we can't even check. Minutes. No one knew. And turnovers, no one knew. Points per game, that's actually a decent one, but nobody's passed basically like 30 during the simulation. We got Blair Robinson, Pat Cummings. Blair Robinson's actually been up here for field goal percentage a lot of the times. Assuming this is the best field goal percentage, so who knows? He clearly shot the best, at least. Unless this is counting, yeah, that's not. This is counting almost that. 3-point percentage, basically all new players. Actually, it is all new players. Free throw percentages, rebounds, still nothing changed. Assists definitely changed, other than Kevin Porter still holding this, and Oscar Robertson from the 65th season. Blocks, no one changed. Steals, no one has changed. And minutes, no one has changed. Games played, Jeff Malone played 86 in a single season, which is kind of crazy. Ray Williams also played 86, and Kevin McHale played 85 back in 94, which is pretty weird. Oh, that's because he got traded to the Pistons. Okay. Alright. 40-point games, nothing changed. 50-point games, Wilt's just a menace. Triple doubles. Magic actually got 31, so he's now second. He also got 28, 3 years apart, and he also got 21, another in the middle of that. So he got For 4 seasons, he averaged a triple-double. No wonder dude, Magic is going crazy. But yeah, total points leader. Have we seen anyone's career basically, fully? So Moses did retire. He's ending with 28, 522. George added there. Do we got anyone on the rise in the tops? Let's go see. Byron Scott is still in the league, but it's not really gonna go anywhere. Larry Drew is still in the league. He's gonna do his thing. Trying to see if there's any current players. So Clyde Drexler is probably gonna move up quite a bit. Let's see. Patrick Ewing has already gotten 14,000 for his career so far. Len Bias has already gotten 15,000 in his career so far. So I'm hoping Jordan and them are up here. Stockton's 56 so far. Carmelone's 52nd. Hakeem's 48th. Melvin Turpin's 47th. It's pretty good. Whereas players like Jordan, Jack Sigma's number 30th right now. Jordan is currently number 19 all-time in scoring. Field goals, anyone crazy yet? Nope. 3 points. Andrew Tooney is the leader in threes, with Melvin Turpin behind him and Reggie Miller directly behind him. We got John Stockton there. Free throws, no one too crazy coming up yet. Rebounds, all in all the same. Assists, we got blocks, we got steals. Fat Lieber's actually up there, that's pretty good. And Jordan's already 8th all time. Actually, so speaking of, I should have paid a little bit more attention. Patrick Ewing's already 12th all time. Hakeem's actually 4th all time. So I just wasn't paying that good of attention. But Hakeem is 4th all time in blocks. Assists, John Stockton is 4th all time. Magic currently holds the record, and Magic's been going crazy, but I'm pretty sure John Stockton will end up beating that. But look at Ennis Watley, he's 6th. Doc Rivers is 7th. Oh yeah, so John Stockton will most likely end up passing everyone, but who knows? Maybe Hakeem becomes the leading blocks, and honestly, for where Jordan's at, maybe he gets up to at least top 5, who knows? Minutes, no one too crazy yet. And then turnovers, Magic's going to lead that for quite some time, as long as Isaiah Thomas. Of course, some players can still pass others, but Michael Jordan is 14th all-time in turnovers already. But yeah, points per game, this is as of retirement stands. Wilt still retired with average, while having the best averages of points per game. Pat Cummings has the best field goal percentage per game. 3-point percentage, the best one so far due to retirements and stuff, has been Fred Brown. So that is pretty interesting. But yeah, so playoffs. Let's go ahead and go see. The Bulls are out. The Knicks are out. The 76ers are out. The Pacers are out. The Sonics are out. The Spurs are out. The Clippers are out. It's crazy. So Jordan is out. Jordan got swept by the Cavs. And the Blazers are gone. The Hawks are gone. The Suns are gone. And the Hornets are gone. So the Hawks lost in 7 to the Magic. I guess 99 overall. Len Bias couldn't really do it. But we do have Shaq, Nick Anderson, Glenn Rice in the Eastern Conference Finals against Junie Lewis. And I feel like that's really it. We have the Kings versus Lakers, which has been like that for 3 years. Basically a better Patrick Ewing team with an older Lakers squad, but who knows? And the Kings do sweep the Lakers, and the Cavs do move on. So we got Cavs, Kings. Game 1 goes to the Cavs. Game 2 goes to the Kings. Game 3 goes to the Cavs. Game 4 goes to the Kings. Game 5 goes to the Kings. And let's see, Game 6. Who will win? Will it be the Kings or will it be the Cleveland Cavaliers? And it looks like It looks like the Cavs are taking it away. The Cavs did take that one away, so we have a Game 7 in Sacramento. So we got Shaq trying to get his first ring alongside Glenn Rice, Nick Anderson, and John Bagley. Or we have the Kings, who we already know can do it, have been here. Who will win? Hopefully we have a close one so we can go in and watch. Right now it is looking a little bit close. And never mind. The Cavs have gone away with the game. Shaq is going to be winning the last ring of the video. I mean, the Kings can do whatever they want. I don't think it's going to matter. Cavs are going to win. Shaq is winning his first ring in his second season as a Cleveland Cavalier. So Cleveland is seeing some huge success before LeBron. Patrick Ewing shoots that, but it doesn't matter. The Cleveland Cavaliers are the 1993 to 1994, in the NBA terms, world champions. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say Shaq should win Finals MVP. Look at David Stern handing him the Finals MVP trophy. In the last game, Ewing's 32-11-4 could not stop the Shaq-led Cleveland Cavaliers. So we're going to be seeing Shaq win his first ring, like I said, and his Finals MVP. He was averaging 27, 6, 1, and 2 blocks a game. Player retirements: Darryl Dawkins, Michael Cooper, Geoff Houston, Phil Hubbard, Larry Smith, Andrew Tooney, Alton Lister, Jeff Rowland, Brooks Steppe, Ricky Pierce, Kurt Rambis, Paul Pressey. We also got players like... Is there any other, like, big ones? No. So, no jersey retirements, which is kind of crazy. Bullets do get the first pick with Warriors in second, Bucks in third, and Celtics in fourth. The Nets also got the fifth pick. Pistons got 9th and 10th. Cavaliers got 27th. So let's go see the NBA draft. Right, so the 94 NBA draft, the Bullets are going to take Sharon Wright. Grant Hill goes to the Golden State Warriors. Glenn Robinson goes to the Bucks. That's kind of weird. Eddie Jones goes to the Celtics. Jalen Rose goes to the Nets to play alongside Penny Hardaway and Chris Webber. The Heat have traded the 6th pick for Manute Ball and a top 10 protected first round pick for 1995. So the Rockets are going to be selecting Jason Kidd. Right, they're going to pair Jason Kidd with Carlos Rogers and Karl Malone. that's the Rockets just finessed them. But they picked Sharon Wright. He wasn't a bad pick, but over Grant Hill, Glenn Robinson, Jason Kidd, Jalen Rose, wasn't really the smartest. Juwan Howard fell to 12th. As far as that goes, Wesley Parsons fell to 18th. Danielle Marshall went to the Knicks. Let's go see if we got any other good players really going, and that would be a no. So, we're going to go to free agency, of course. We're going to simulate a few days into it. By a few days, I mean almost the end. Let's go see. So, Gary Payton went back to the Timberwolves. Brad Daugherty went back to the Kings. Mahmoud went back to the Pacers. Mark Press went back to the Jazz. Back to the Blazers for Sabonis. Back to the Lakers for Cummings. Back to the Spurs for Tony. Armin Gilliam left the Bucks to go. Oh no, he got traded to the Denver. So he went back to the Nuggets. Technically, Alex English went back to the Mavericks. Charles Oakley left the Celtics to join the Mavericks. Kendall Gill went back to the Bulls. Antonio Davis went back to the Cavs. And that's looking like all the really crazy ones. Derek Coleman, he joined the Heat last year, so we got Jerome Kersey going to the Supersonics. We got Derek Harper going back to the Magic. So that's pretty interesting. Well, appreciate y'all for watching this video. I'm going to see y'all next time when we take on 1994 to 95, all the way to, I believe we're going to go to 04 to the 05 season. Well, basically, yeah. So, I'll see y'all then. It's been Trilly the Gamer. Peace out.